I don't know why every single time I begin to start the live, I never properly center this thing. I have no clue why. And I this time have Carmex because the last time I went on live, which was yesterday, um, I should have drank my water before I used the Carmex, but last time I went on live, I was watching my stream. I was like, damn, your lips was chapped. Your lips was so chapped. Oh my god. I can't believe the last stream was damn near 3 hours. It would have been longer too, but my phone was about to die. So I actually charged it 98% this time. So I believe if I do go 3 hours again, then perhaps I have maybe 5 extra minutes. The iPhone 15 is actually has really good battery. Like being on stream and then it stays alive for 3 hours on stream. That's pretty good. That's pretty damn good. So, yeah. Uh huh. Anyways, I want to talk about. I should have put my face in the thumbnail. I don't know why. It's better when your face is in the thumbnail, but the thumbnail I created looks so artsy. It looks so artsy. I was like, yeah, I'm gonna put that. That look fire. It had the little octopus and you know the name. I have no mouth, but I no. It should that title should be like the actual book. I wish it was called "I Have No Mouth, but I Want to Scream" or something like that. But whatever. I guess brevity is good for the soul. Anyways, how you guys doing on this Sunday? This is not going to be a long stream. I always say that, but hopefully it's not a long stream. I want to go to the gym today, and I still haven't shaved my head. Yes, first one to comment for sure. First one to comment. I in the first 2 minutes, Smitty fell off. Appreciate you, man. What's good, Guzman? Studio 93. Are you a your logo looks like Burger King. I don't know why. Like the logo from far away, it looks like because it has a blue background, but it looks yellow and it looks like a burger. And I just keep thinking of Burger King. I don't know why. Did you create that yourself? It's kind of cool. My coach created my Spider-Man logo. Was good. Was good. Easy. Yeah. I just want you to know from far away, it looks like a Burger King logo. I know that's so random, but there you go. Now you know you're rocking a Burger King logo from far away. Happy to help you. Happy to help you out. And Ezoos, y'all be having. I'm gonna just call you Easy because it for some weird reason Easy. It looks like I keep thinking of E News. Thank you. Go get Burger King. Yeah, man. Isn't it Have It Your Way with Burger King? Burger King, Have It Your Way. Isn't it that? What about mine? I made it with MS Paint. It looks like from far away. It's like I'm on some Rorschach puzzle type shit. It looks like a bird, like a mocking jay or something, or maybe like it's like a bird coming in. It's like about to go in flight. It's like I don't know how. I kind of got dumb right there. I started moving crazy, but it looks like the bird is kind of like coming up and it's about to do that motion. It just looks like that, but it's looking down. It's like I know I look crazy, but like that's what it looks like. It's like moving like a snake, like a bird, just like there we go. It looks like it's do you can't see it. I don't know what the fuck you got, but like it kind of look like a bird is about to like it's like going up and then it's about to come out like that. But all right, I'll stop. I'll stop. It's just a circle, a square, and a triangle, and I sliced it down. I said all that for nothing. I mean, that's what it looked like. And then your name looks like E News, but it's Ezu, Jews. Who else can comment? I wonder what do you guys I'll tell you guys what your icons look from far away. I thought it was a bird. Yeah, I know, all for nothing, bro. Like I did the little I did the little snake move. You say it's a circle, square, and a triangle. I'm like, God damn it, all right. And That took out the lore. From your perspective, why do we exist? I'm down. Logan, you looks like a wolf. It looks like a wolf staring at me with a crown. Have you been seeing them girls lately? They've been wearing like stuff on their hair. I don't know what the fuck that is, but like I like that little trend. They look adorable. But your wolf look like he got a little crown. But why do we exist? That's a loaded question for the first 5 minutes of the live stream. We already getting deep today, but then I put the little title. Why do we exist? I think like it's definitely for something's entertainment. I believe we exist because something is bored and something lives outside of the realm of space and time. Because if you listen to Albert Einstein, he said like space and time is like it's like curved, like as if something's like it. The way he describes it, if you really think about it, I bet you something is looking at it. Kind of like that. Kind of like how we look at our phones. Like imagine this. The way you look at your phone, right? Imagine that phone is space and time, and you get to look at it, right? And that's why I feel like some primordial, not existential. I don't think that's the correct word. But like some crazy. It's a word I'm trying to say. Some crazy like level threat or world-ending threat is like just bored because he has nothing to do, so he created us. You say it's as I was saying, sounds like as I was saying. Oh, as I was saying, gotcha. It looks like News. Logan in Ecclesiastics, Solomon figured out that the whole duty of man is to know or worship God, something like that. Yeah, no, I love. You want to know something I like about you guys? I don't know how we do it, but we go from some very heavy shit to some very ignorant shit all in one go. I don't know how we do this, but thank you. Like, let's see what Miss Berry said. Miss Berry, I'm gonna assume you're a girl. It's ma'am, I'm gonna assume you're a girl. But she said it's given military boot camp. What was you doing in military boot camp? How do you know this? How do you know this, Miss Berry? Tell us your story. How do you know about military boot camp? Because I don't know about military boot camp. How do you know? You had a military husband who married you like what the military dudes be doing? They be marrying the girls real quick and then cheat on them. That sounds bad. I apologize to the military. I appreciate y'all service. Y'all so stupid. I'm not fighting for this country, but I appreciate you guys. See, that was disrespectful too. See, that's the shit I'm talking about. We go from intellectual, from why does the world exist, to Miss Berry, us trying to figure out the mystery of why does she know. Oh, I was talking about the bald face. About the bald face. Oh, gotcha. It's supposed to be bald. It's supposed to be bald, but I've been lazy these past like 2 days. I've been just chilling in the house. I was about to say Miss Berry. I never heard of Private Berry. Private Berry. News. What? But anyways, yeah, I was so when Ghost, I know Ghost is gonna pop up in here somewhere. He's gonna bring the shit up, but he recommended this damn book. I have no mouth and I must scream, and I actually went to go read that shit, and it was basically about there was this supercomputer, like it was a world war that happened, and this supercomputer was created that had all the information of the world. It became sentient and killed humans and kept 5 humans alive just to torture them. So all five figured out how to kill themselves except for one. One got caught and he got experimented on. He was turned into a blob where he couldn't kill himself and he was just stuck in an endless perpetual torture by the supercomputer. I forgot, I think the AI's name or the supercomputer name was Am. I believe that's what it was called. And it was the craziest shit ever. But it sparked something really interesting where I was thinking to myself of how people are talking about AI is I don't give a damn about AI like taking over humanity. If we're dumb enough to let that shit get sentient, we deserve to be extinct. But I was thinking about AI and creativity, and we're gonna get into that in a second because Miss Berry Miss Berry, it looks like because right now I'm trying to figure out everyone's profile photos. It looks like you from far away. It looks like you have dark hair. It looks like something's on your neck. Like you're like you have a baby. Is that a baby or some? It looks like you have long dark hair. I would make it in military. Oh no, yeah, nah. I invite you to read the Quran. Let me see. Strange traveler. It looks like it's an owl holding up like a green like some green power or something. It's like an owl doing that. I know you guys are not asking me to do this, but now I've been like, I just want you guys to know like how I see you guys from far away. So, just I know that's random, but the Quran, um, I don't mind. I was just getting into is it see I always get mixed up with the Hindu and the Buddhist people. I get mixed up. I know one is Nirvana and the other is like something else. Like I get mixed up every time. I like what they talking about though. I'm not against none of that. So I'll go read the Quran. Don't they be having multiple bitches? I mean, oops, I'm sorry, multiple girls. Y'all about to get radical Smitty today. Like y'all about to get radical Smitty. Oh my gosh. Yeah, they be having multiple wives. Would you guys have multiple wives? Miss Berry, are you but when I ask you, are you a girl? I have to ask this question. Because I would you be a part of a stable? That was crazy. If you know what a stable is, I kind of showed my ass there. But would you be a part of a harem? Simps are gonna be bad, Smith. I swear to God, I swear to God, they're gonna be mad. They're gonna be like, what? Like I'm like, don't come in this live stream. We go from intellectual to stupid, just plain ignorant, like radical. But I like it. I feel like this should be a safe space. I feel like we should be able to speak our shit. Polygamy was also talked about in the Bible. For example, Solomon. Yeah, Solomon was cold with it. Well, no, in the Quran though, don't they like that's a part of the religion? Solomon was just horny. Solomon had like 1,000 wives, and he you know he had like 800 wives and 300 hoes. They called them concubines back in the day, but those are some hoes. That nigga, they called them concubines, but those are some hoes back in the day. It's crazy because a lot of the girls today that they it says the limit is four if you could be just to all four. Yeah, I like that. I'm gonna tell y'all about two girls that I'm talking to, and how so that's where I got it from. I knew it was one of them little Islam people. I was like, I heard that before. They said you can only have multiple wives if you treat them all the same. I was like, I fuck with that. I could do that. So I actually tried it. Not wives, but two girls. I tried that. It's actually pretty fun. It's very fun. I want to talk about that too. It's very fun. Um, Sobre, Esque, okay, is that what the hell? Sobre. I need to Libre. I need to. That's Portuguese, ain't it? I need to start. I'm gonna start studying Portuguese and Spanish and Espanol. Estudio Espanol. But yeah, back to Solomon and his hoes or concubines, as they called it. Yeah, nah, Solomon. He's the only guy in the Bible you really hear like he was bored. That's why he was, and I don't know. He was bored though. He went from Proverbs to Ecclesiastics. Y'all know the difference. Proverbs, it's all talking about wisdom and wiseness and stuff. Ecclesiastics, he was just a really bitter old man. He was a really bitter old man. And then I think after Ecclesiastics is Job. But back to let me see. Hello, I'm back from yesterday. So you saw I have no mouth. Yeah. I looked at that. That was some crazy shit. I actually talked about it a little bit. About we're gonna talk about AI and creativity, and we're gonna talk about having multiple concubines. I'm gonna say I gotta say concubines. If I keep saying hoes, then I know YouTube's gonna probably ban something. But like we're gonna talk about having multiple concubines, all that stuff. There was a girl in here. I was gonna ask her like, cause I'd be curious like how do women feel actually sharing a man? I'm glad I started the idea. It was you. You said that shit. I thought it was Ghost. I was just reading and someone said, "Yeah, read this." I forgot who it was. It was you. Yeah, that shit was crazy. That was crazy. I was like, "What type of shit is this?" Okay, well, we're gonna talk about the creativity part because I was thinking about that of how so for these live streams, right? We're gonna talk about AI and creativity. I don't think AI is gonna kill creativity. Someone asked me that last live. They said, "Oh, well, do I think AI messes up creativity, or can it match what humans do?" It was some shit we were talking about. We talk about all types of stuff, but um, for these live streams, I bought a year subscription. I wish I didn't do that, but sometimes I get loosey goosey with my money. I bought a year subscription with this thing called Oculus Clips, right? Basically, Oculus. I'm probably butchering that name. You guys know me. Um, I bought a year subscription, and what Oculus Clips do is it takes your long form content and it clips out the best part that it believes is going to go viral, right? Via AI. And I was like, "Oh, this is cool. This is revolutionary." So I took the live streams. This is actually why I went live a few days ago, and I've been consistently going live because it was for Opulus. I wanted to try it. I took that damn live and threw it in Opulus, and it did clip all the stuff, but the way it was doing it, it was abysmal. Like I just hated it. There was just no life and creativity inside of it, and it was really frustrating. And it hit me. I was like, I feel like if you are using AI and it works for you, I think that's good. I think that's good. But what got me personally, so many followers was because I actually loved what I do. You know, like I love doing the editing processing. I love picking out things and knowing the psychology. Like, oh, I think everyone's gonna fuck with this, but then this, like that. It's a different game. It's a different ballpark. So I think AI. I don't like. I know people hate AI, but there's really nothing to hate about. It's not what you guys think it is. It really comes down to the creativity of the person that's using the AI to make it work. Because the way Opulus was editing my videos, it was cool, but I didn't like it. So I'm just gonna have to edit the best highlights from the live myself, like I do my jujitsu videos. So let me see what someone said. Someone said AI ain't gonna kill creativity, but it's gonna for sure kill jobs. Yeah, 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 yeah. AI is coming for your jobs. I will say that AI is definitely coming for your jobs. There's this. It's not an AI, but like the self checkout. When you go to stores and there's self checkouts, that's kind of a form of AI in a way where you don't need the. Okay, so there's this gas station that I like to go to. I love this gas station. Why? Because when I go in there, you can do a self like gas checkout and you can check yourself out. It's really fast, it's really quick. I think for jobs like this, AI is gonna work, especially for your fast food jobs, flipping burgers. They if they robots are gonna be here in like 10 years, so I think you guys need to definitely start developing some skills that don't require flipping burgers or something. You need skills that's gonna come down to your mindset or something because then yeah, you're right. AI is definitely gonna take care of that. Smitty himself said AI still needs input for designs and stuff. So as long as humans, that's true. Are so as long as humans and AI are together, there are still going to be jobs. That is true. You probably will have humans to manage AI. So maybe I don't think they would buy an expensive robot for flipping burgers because you still need a human to man it. But for like, okay, so what I know for AI, because I've been really deeply ingrained in messing with AI. You guys always see me. Let me see. Finally have something closer today. So you see me like messing around with like a lot of like DJI and drones and stuff. So I'm really like ingrained in the whole AI thing. But you still need, like I said, human input. You do need human input. You need to. It just doesn't hit the same. Like I could show you guys, like for example, my videos, my highlight videos. If you go on my shorts, look at my highlight videos, right? you'll see like the camera seems to be moving. So a lot of people thought that that was an AI. They thought that was a robot. That's me doing that. That's me, you know. And what AI does do, I like when AI like does the tedious task though, like edit your shit right quick. But then sometimes that shit be ugly, so you have to do a lot of editing with AI. That's I guess maybe that's what I'm trying to tell you guys. You have to do a lot of like extra editing, and it's annoying. Like you can't move as fast. Like a creator like me, I'm boom, 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 boom. AI is for lazy motherfuckers who just think they're moving faster, but they're not really moving faster. Mm-mm. Shout out to Obama. He got a white woman. Obama? You talking about Michelle? Well, I guess that's kind of a funny joke, I guess. Because you could have came in here and started calling Michelle a man like everyone else do. Things like clothes designers will probably be out of jobs with AI. Nah, designers like clothes? I don't think so. Clothing designers? Nah. Mm-mm. I don't think so. Because the humans are weird. Humans are very weird. Like, um, let's take for example rich people. What is it? Do you guys know a fad that rich people like to do? They have all the money in the world, but they like to act broke. I don't fall for that shit. When people are like, oh yeah, like I hate when people do this. Yeah, he's rich, but he walks around and he's broke. Did you guys know that's actually like a fashion trend, like a fashion sense for rich people to pretend like they're broke? Like they got all this money, but they pretend like they're broke. Kind of like if you watch those animes where the main character has a bunch of power, but he pretends like he's stupid, or like One Punch Man. They like to do the opposite of what they have. So if you have these designer clothes, right, you might literally have somebody that might design something that's really dumb, but everybody likes it and wears it. But they're like, oh, but we have this fancy AI. I'm like, no, I like the way he created this. We're gonna create that. You can have AI mass produce that, but we like his design. So I don't think designs. I don't think that will ever go out of style because what they say, the eye of the beholder, beauty's the eye of the beholder type shit, kind of like that. Um, Remember the banana taped? Yeah, exactly. A banana taped onto a wall sold for hundreds of thousands. Exactly. That's what I'm saying. Humans are funny. Humans are funny people. We find, and that's what I think that is gonna. If we ever do get in a war with AI, we have to be absurd because AI is based off of How do I say this? Ooh, this one's fun. So man is based off of logic, A and women is based off of emotion, and AI is based off of statistics. I have this really radical theory of that AI doesn't like women. I know that sounds crazy as fuck, but I have a radical theory that AI doesn't like women, or like there's like this natural what's the word, like opposition between women and like technology. I know that sounds so crazy because if you think about it, like if you look at the way technology affects women, like I'm just saying, pay close attention. Like like women and robots, or no, women in like the PlayStation. Like like the joke when couples, a man turns on his PlayStation, like the woman wakes up and it pisses her off. Seeing a man play the PlayStation, be happy, pisses her off. Um, like they're like, oh, that's an ick if a man play video games. I am willing to bet. And then who's gonna be the people that's gonna replace the OnlyFans? Who? Who is it? I'll let you guys guess. If you're typing away, I'm gonna say it for you. AI robots. It's gonna be AI chat box. Did you know they already have AI IG models? The baddest bitch I saw the other day was an AI robot. It fucked me up. I was like, damn. I was about to slide in DM and everything. I was like, ooh, I'm looking. But I have a like that little creator eye. I'm like, something ain't right. So I kept scrolling up, couldn't find out like the program got better and more realistic. So I got to see, and I was like, wait. So I looked up, and then at the description it said, "I am an AI." I was like, are you fucking kidding me? So AI girlfriends, I'm telling you, I have. like I made this joke one day. I said, what if AI doesn't actually try to kill humanity, but they try to kill women? Like, no, I'm not. Like, I know that sounds like it sounds very misogynistic or something, but it's just based on my of like observation of the way like technology has been handling the female sex. Like, it's actually really creepy if you pay attention. I've been telling people this, and they're like, "You're crazy, Smitty." I'm like, I don't know, man. The way these two things collide is crazy. You can design AI girlfriends to do whatever you want, which is very perhaps the dangerous thing. Yes, this is why I've been like if you look at and then who's watch this. Who is the main contributors that's creating AI? It's men, right? And typically this is also why I believe that maybe on the low of why um AI might dislike women is because the men that are creating the AI don't get pussy. This is my little tin hat conspiracy theory. I'm telling you. I'm telling you. I promise you. If we get older and I'm live streaming every day, I'm gonna talk about this. I'm like, I told you guys. Yep. It's really interesting to me. I paid attention. Like, it's the AI that's getting all of the it has on the dating apps. Men who get AI get no baddies. I'm telling you, I promise you, it's really creepy. It's really creepy. It could be in the coding. It could be in the coding because especially like with all like that whole wave of incels and stuff. You have femcells too, and then like if you always pay attention online, what in the most recent years have became the biggest trend online, man versus women, and it's the algorithm that's doing that. Because I remember I had a girl like literally I promise you, me and this girl, we were sitting right next to each other in the same video. I think they even showed that on TikTok. I seen that on TikTok, and then it actually happened right next to me. We got the same video, and I clicked and looked at the comment section. It was like men talking, like in opposition to women. And when she looked at her comment section, it was women talking in opposition to men. So, like, there's some things that's going on that people really don't understand. Those dudes getting money, and with money, yeah, I'm telling you guys, man, just pay attention. I'm willing to. I hope that doesn't happen, but I won't be shocked. Like I won't be shocked, bro. It's gonna be crazy as hell in these upcoming in the future. Anyways, but that's what I have to say. I think AI doesn't kill creativity. I really don't. I think like the real creative people, I think they're still gonna be around. And speaking of that, you say it's a filtered view of the world. Um, I would like to get into that. What I was thinking about doing was for this channel, I was gonna start getting more into like my music, my poetry, art, and music. I want to definitely start posting that a lot more on this channel. I thought I was gonna have a lot more to say about that, but I would have to show you guys instead. I have nothing to say about that. But we can switch. I'm gonna actually pivot the topic unless Log says something about the filtered view of the world. Filters is crazy. I made a joke last live. I said men are the bad bitches. I said when you see a man, that's exactly how he looks. There's no filters. I think you could put a filter on this. Let me see. Let me see. Let me see what a filter would look like on me. Look at there we go. That's a filter. That is the filter. Let's see if we take off this filter. Let me see. Let me see. There we go. There we go. That's crazy. It's real subtle. It's real subtle, but I seen it. It's a big difference. Yeah, man. Like when you see a man, that's what he looks like. You see a woman, it's a filter on it. Because it actually tripped. Okay, speaking of that, speaking of filters. So there was this one chick that's like my neighbor, right? And I always would typically see her from far away, right? Always typically see her from far away. And then I seen like a picture of her online, and Like I never at first, like at least for like uh a solid maybe 2 years or a year to 2 years. I think 2 years, but I would always ignore her, always, because like was like I guess it's not fear of rejection, but it's like I always tell myself, don't put yourself in positions to get rejected. But I don't know. I seen her online one day. She looked good. She looked good. So I actually like got up close to her to like go talk to her. Yeah, like it just it those filters is crazy. That's all I could say. I was very disappointed. Teeth was all jacked up. I was like, your teeth look like, I guess the way she smiles when or the angles that she do, it just didn't look the same. It was very heartbreaking. Um, it's similar to politics, like how a lot of my European friends hate Trump because they only get non-pro Trump and they think Americans agree, but like 90% have Trump signs on their porch. Let's talk about Trump for a second. It's gonna shock you guys, but I've been rocking with Trump since 2016. I don't care what nobody says. Actually, since like 2006, when I seen him on wrestling fight Vince McMahon. So if you don't, you can click off if you hate Trump. I don't really care about people's political spectrum or what they care about, but for me, what I hated about the 2016 election, the 2020 election, and the was it the 2020 election? Or whatever. Y'all get the point. Like what I hated about all these was the emotions that was played within all of these politics. I hated that shit. I was like, no one's listening to what these guys are talking about. Like, and then like 2016 when Trump had to go against Hillary Clinton, right? They it literally came down to people saying Trump was a monster and Hillary Clinton was a liar. And I'm like, so you guys are gonna vote for a known liar instead of a monster? Like the monster wants to protect us, and the liar claims she wants to protect us too. I said no, I'm good. And then at the time we were having like really, we was having really bad relationships with Russia. And for some weird reason, I was like, I just don't feel Putin is gonna respect Hillary Clinton. I know a lot of people hate misogyny or they hate whatever, but a lot of these countries still don't respect women. So like, unless we have like a strong Wonder Woman type of a leader, I don't want no woman president. I really don't. I need a president that really like. I don't care if it's a man or a woman, but if it is a woman, due to the fact that we have a lot of countries that don't respect women, I need her to be like. There was this one woman in history. Uh, what's her name? If someone can fact check me for the name, but there was a particular queen. I think it was Queen Elizabeth. I believe it was the first. Queen Elizabeth the First, I believe. Basically, the story of Queen Elizabeth is the Spanish Empire at the time. It was like in the 1700s or 1600s. The Spanish Empire came to Queen Elizabeth and said, "Give me your shit." That's how it went down, and she said no. And everybody was like, "We cannot fight." At the time, this was I think Queen Elizabeth was for Britain. I think the British Empire. I can't remember, but yeah, you guys can go check it. Just know the Spanish Empire, who was one of the most powerful motherfuckers at the time, got their ass clapped by her. So she told him no. This woman, when I say ran circles around the Spanish Empire, it's in history of her running circles around these motherfuckers. That's the type of shit I need to see. I need some shit like that. I don't need all these pronoun motherfuckers just want someone there because the parts. I need a Queen Elizabeth. That's what I need. She's like, we gonna do this and she get it done. That's what I need. So, they ain't got nothing to do that. Like I love me a strong woman, but I don't like politics if you just letting someone in because, like nah, bro. There's so many powerful women figures in history that is you could be using as an example, but go check that one out. So someone said, not gonna lie, that's pretty true, but a lot of people would disagree. I mean, that's true, but like I feel like I always tell people this. This is why I tell people. It comes down to like the transgenders in women's sports thing. I believe that if you believe that transgenders should be inside a woman's sport, you should be forced to take jujitsu for an entire year. I believe that because you're not going to get injured. You should be forced before you have that agreement. You should be forced to train jujitsu for an entire year, and you should be forced to compete and compete with a man. Compete with a man as well, and tell me that, and then come back and tell me that bullshit you're telling me that you think a transgender should be in a woman's sport. I feel like people who argue that, saying, "Oh, they should be in women's sports, they belong there," they have never played a sport in their life. I believe that you have never had, especially like combat sports, you've never played in your life. So like I believe when people turn around and they're like, "Oh, like you said, not gonna lie, a lot of people disagree. They've never went to war, or like not even war, because I've never went to war. I've never went to war, but no one's never been in like a a competitive situation where someone's really trying to hurt you, and the odds, you don't want the odds stacked in your favor. You get what I'm saying? You said, "What's up, Smitty? What's good? What's good? How you doing, my man? Bramos." You said, "Imagine Prime Mike Tyson going against the best women boxer." Like, it's not even that. Like, they had high school soccer teams going against world class professional women soccer teams, and the high school boys beat them. I don't like, if you don't do sports, I don't think you should have a say so in this conversation of if a transgender, a person who used to be a man and he became a woman. Now, your prerogative. I don't mind. I really don't mind. Like, I don't mind that. My problem is like it's a difference. Go to Thailand. Go to Thailand, okay? Look at those lady boys and look at the trans that are trying to do sports. That's two different things. It's two different things. You got you got dudes literally just putting a ponytail and saying they're a girl and going and smashing on women. Like, I'm just saying, man. Oh, they took hormones and stuff, motherfucker. No. Go look at the little Asian lady boys and look at that. You cannot tell me those are the same thing. That, if that was like, that looks like a girl, I feel so sad for Thai women. I was on this post and I seen this it was this Thai woman and this Chinese girl. And the way that, like, ooh, that the Thai woman was so sexy, dude. Like, she was just bad. And everyone was like, it said Thailand or China. And I don't know why she did that one. I don't know why she did that to herself, though. But everyone was like, China, I don't want the man. And I was like, you could clearly tell, like, I don't know. I could tell the difference, but because maybe I talked to like Filipinos and Thais, but I guess everyone's like, that's a man, that's a man. I was like, that sucks. I feel sorry for you. Let a transgender man fight a man one time and see what happens. No, like they know. That's why they know. I got boxing practice tomorrow. Hell yeah, hell yeah. Fuck yeah. You said, why did I click on this video? I have no clue. You could leave. I'm not here to entertain you if you don't want to be entertained. I hate people like that. Why am I here? Bitch, leave. We're not asking you to be here. Leave. We don't need those vibes. It's good vibes here. You say I got is it your first boxing practice? I'm actually meaning to get back into boxing training to go into a real match. Yeah, yeah, yeah. That'll be dope. That'll be hella dope. I think I'm not really a big fan of boxing. I think the more I do martial arts, I start to realize that the more options available, if you're a shorter fighter, the more options that's available allows you to be a lot more creative. So like boxing for me, when I was doing boxing, I at the time didn't understand boxing, so I used to get pieced the fuck up. But then now that I do Muay Thai, because I have kicks and I have all this stuff, like because I just feel like I have a lot more options. And now I think about it, I have boxing training tomorrow too. I do have boxing training tomorrow. But since I've been studying boxing, I've been a little bit more comfortable in the pocket, and I've been kind of being able to see punches. That's one thing. If you do, that's what I've learned from Muay Thai, because in Boxing Works, the gym that I go to in Lawndale, California, they have two types of classes. They'll have Monday, Wednesday boxing class, and they have Tuesday, Thursday Muay Thai class. So what I have learned is that if someone just takes Muay Thai class, they usually only throw a hook and a cross, and then they kick. They just it's like two punches that they throw, right? And then if I take boxing class, you would see most guys who train in the boxing class, they do a lot of combos, and they stay right there. They stay right in front of you and throw punches back and forth. So I could literally tell the style of who I'm dealing with based on the combos or the choice of attacks that they use. So for me, I go all week. I go to every single class. So every time I learn more boxing and better combos and better slips and better defense, I'm starting to learn how to stay right there and actually study my opponent. But then when I go do Muay Thai, I'm learning how to I guess, do better Muay Thai. And it's just a match made in heaven. What I wish I was able to do, however, was add I wish I was still kind of in my original karate, because I started kind of incorporating sidekicks inside of my Muay Thai sparring, and a lot of Muay Thai guys don't know what to do about karate. They don't know what to do. So if I was able to do karate, Muay Thai, boxing, I would that. I mean, I don't really need to go back to my karate gym. I really don't. I was damn near a black belt, so I know how to train myself. I know how to do the blitz. I know how to do all this stuff. I've been doing a lot more side kicks now. I'm actually trying to do side kicks now on my bad leg. Not like where it's injured, but I never developed the good hip mobility for my left leg. But I'm starting to work on that now. But I went on a fucking tangent. I'm sorry, guys. Let me see what you guys said. Let me see what you guys said. Let me see. You said it was top five best women's football team versus the high schoolers, and the women kept yelling and complaining about the contact. Yeah, exactly. That's the shit I'm talking about. But then, to be fair, young teenage boys is actually pretty dangerous to deal with. Those motherfuckers are dangerous to deal with. I'm actually meaning to get back into boxing training, going to a real match. Yes, yes, yes. You said, I have a kid on my basketball team. He is like 3 feet tall, and he is somehow going against kids like 5'8", which I find is amazing. Yeah, I think it does come down to skill. Like you're gifted. Okay, so I believe that the shorter you get, the more you have to rely on strategy, tactics, skill, your ability, your gift of gab, like talking and stuff. Your wit, your cunningness. You have to become a lot more cunning the shorter you get. I believe if you're big, you don't have to. If you're cunning and you're a big motherfucker, that's even greater. But I think the shorter you get, the more your wits need to go up. So and you need to be more technical. You need to be more. You need to know more than everybody else. Like the shorter you get, the smarter you gotta get. I guess that's the best thing I'm trying to say. And he ain't even bad. He scores as well. Yeah, yeah. I just feel like that's the shorter you get, the more smarter you gotta get. That's how it goes. So yeah, that's I think talking about height would be a big thing. Like talking about because a lot of people always ask me about height. They always bring up height. They're like, "Oh, how tall are you?" "Oh, I'm short. Can I do this?" I'm like, "Bro, just hop in it, bro." Like, it- I always talk about mental. I'm like, mental is very important. It's very important. Your mental is very important. But um, if you don't take the first step to go do whatever you're interested in, you will never know. Like, what's the point of living through life and you don't run? I remember I told my dad that he didn't understand what I meant. So I'm gonna tell you guys what I mean by that. What's the point of like being in this life and you only walk? You never once break out in the full sprint. When was the last time you guys broke out in the full sprint? Have you ever broke out in the full sprint? Do you know how your body feels breaking out in the full sprint? People don't run. There's a time and place, to run and walk, but you know, as the old people would say, live a little bit. So Yeah, that's all I can say with that. Mm. This water is good as hell. Do you know you can actually taste water? If you drink a lot of water, you know the difference. I, I I had this sitting in my fridge. Let me see. I never thought about this. I have this smart water with alkaline. You know what? I'm about to give you guys some game. But before I give you guys a game about water, let me drink this one. This is the essential water. That smart water. I'm glad I have this right now. I'm curious how this tastes. Yeah, smart water is better. Yeah, it tastes better. Anyways, um, let's talk about hydration right quick. For those are who want some MMA topics, this is gonna be my last off the cuff video for the week, and then next week I'm gonna come up tomorrow. Tomorrow I'm gonna come with a script, and we're gonna talk about usually go back to the how the lives are usually ran. Go back to a script, but hydration. Um, when I go to the sauna, so I'm gonna use me as an example so you can kind of understand the way it works. Is when I start sweating a lot, when you sweat a bunch, your body loses electrolytes and like sodium and stuff, right? This is me going off the cuff without notes, but you need to replenish your sodium. So a lot of people think when they sweat, they're like, okay, I need to drink water. No, you don't need to drink water. There is actually what I like to use is Gatorade Zero to because it's not water doesn't like water refreshes you. Your body eats water, but it doesn't necessarily always hydrate you. So being thirsty and drinking water and being hydrated is two different things. It's really, really weird. So I go into the sauna for like 20 minutes. I haven't been in the sauna today, but I am going to go into the sauna today and shave my head and stuff like that. But when I go into the sauna, I sweat a bunch, and then you need to replenish the sodium or salt that's in your body because salt is what cools your body down. So I'll go get me some like noodles. Noodles have a lot of like sodium and salt in it. Like right before I go to practice, and that right there, salt water, Gatorade, exactly. Gatorade Zero to be exact though. People don't know that. Like Gatorade Zero, that right there is what will hydrate you. So when you go into the store, make sure when you grab it, it says zero. It literally says zero on it, and it tastes nasty as shit. But I always, anytime I buy Gatorade, I only get Gatorade Zero. There we go. This is what it looks like. Gatorade Zero. It literally says zero on the thing. So here's my other Gatorade. So regular Gatorade would just be like it says thirst quencher, right? But Gatorade Zero, usually I've never seen a Gatorade Zero this size. I've never seen it. They're always typically this size, and it says zero across it. So for those who are very curious about how to actually properly hydrate, there you go. It's the salt that's inside of it. Actually, we have the facts. Let me see. So it says zero sugar thirst quencher. It says electrolytes to help replenish what you lose in sweat. That's what I'm talking about, basically. So this right here gives you the electrolytes to hydrate yourself. You can't get that out of water. So when you're working out really, really hard and you're sweating really, really hard, water will refresh you, but it's not gonna hydrate you. And hydration, based on what I understand, is just the contraction of the muscles, like how like quick you can bounce back and do certain things. So that's some free game for you guys. I'm actually gonna keep that here. I was gonna throw that away after the stream, but I'm gonna keep that here because I think tomorrow for the script I'm gonna go a little bit deeper into hydration and nutrition. I'm gonna get my notes and stuff. But for those who don't know, before you go to practice from now on, you actually fuck it. Let's talk about it, and then I'll just use this as for the script tomorrow. But okay, so you have nutrition, supplementation, hydration, and those are the three main things that I use for before to get ready for working out. So what made me get like really serious about this stuff is my shoulder keeps dislocating. So I have to get my body prepared now. Like every single practice that I go to now is this it's literally it's like preparing for a fight. So I would go to the gym early in the morning. I would go into the sauna and I get the blood flowing in my shoulder. That's what I like to do. Get the blood flowing. It's actually better if I like work out light first, then go into the sauna so I can cool off my body. And I've learned that the sauna, what it typically does is if you stay in the sauna for like 20 minutes, you get something called you get something called heat shock proteins. Basically, your body goes under stress and thinks it's under attack, and then it boosts your Wolverine healing factor. The problem is you lose a lot of sweat, so you can get dizzy and you can kind of hurt yourself. So, in order to replenish your body, what I like to do is I would get that Gatorade Zero, give myself the electrolytes back, and then I would eat some noodles as well because your we as humans, our body itself, what it does is it allows. What was I saying? Yeah, what as humans, what our body wants is water. It wants like liquids, but our mind, want food. You said, let me see. You are getting timed out. Let me see. Yeah, now you are hidden on this channel. Yep. Yep, you are hidden on this channel. Because while I'm trying to explain something, you're throwing irritating stuff out. So now, and it's really hard to get under my skin. So now, goodbye. Not while I'm explaining something. Steam room do the same thing. My gym only has a steam room. That's fine. Yeah, steam room does do the same thing. It does. I think actually, because I have a dry sauna that I go to in my gym. I wish actually I had a steam room because if you have like sinuses or like right now, like my nose is still healing. If there was steam going in my nose, it would heal a lot faster. But steam room is fine too. So, but yeah, your body wants liquid and your mind wants nutrition, like food, and it needs both. Really, it needs both because all the liquid does is push and give the correct nutrients all over the place. So you have some people that are really good at eating, like they eat really well, right? That's what they like to do. And then you have some people who are good at hydrating, and then you have some people that are good at supplementation. I am that person that's good with supplementation. Do you ever mess around with the water fast? Nah, I can't. I can't mess around with it because I'm always in the sauna. So if I go water fasting, I think I'd hurt myself. Are you talking about like the water fasting is when you only use water, right? You can correct me if I'm wrong on that. You can correct me if I'm wrong on that. You're literally like being on your own water. Like like nah, I can't do that shit. I'm an athlete. I don't know how some of these dudes bring their religions into their fighting system. Like, when you study religion, I think what I've noticed, I bring up the Bible, Christianity a lot because it's just that I grew up in Christianity, but it could be anything if you just read it though. A lot of the saints and people went to war, so you don't hear nothing about them not. At least to my knowledge right now, you don't hear nothing about them like stopping themselves from eating certain things while they're at war. I just don't believe that. It really heals tissues and stuff that needs repaired because your body isn't work so hard to digest foods. I can't do it. Me personally, I can't do it. I'm sorry. I can't do it. Mm-mm. Because I like to sleep a lot too, and I feel like sleep is probably the greatest. I think sleep is the greatest tool to basically heal your body up and stuff like that. So yeah, yeah, it's 55 minutes today. We have a slow live today, and I might get off because I have stuff to do. Let me see. You have zero. You have zero. Wait, what the fuck am I saying? You have electrolytes as long as it's 0 calories. You can have let me see. That's a good question. Let me see. As long as it has 0 calories. Yeah. Okay. So Gatorade Zero would work. Okay. Yeah, Gatorade Zero would work. That's interesting. Yeah, I like that. I wouldn't do it though. I need to eat something. I need to eat something. I'm always in the sauna. Always in the sauna. I need something. Black coffee. I'm not really a coffee guy. I like tea though. I do like tea. I don't like coffee because I'm already addicted to like Red Bull and stuff, and like I don't like what that does to me. So I see my family. They're super addicted to coffee. I'm like, nah, bro. Pre workout. I do love pre workout. That's what I was saying. Thank you. I use a lot of supplementation. Like I like to take my vitamins. I like to take my creatine. I like to take my there's like three of them. I take creatine, vitamins, and protein powder. Red Bull is my weakness, bruh. Like I, I I would not be surprised if they. I just had a Red Bull before I came on this stream. I wouldn't be surprised if there's like some crack in Red Bull. I would not be surprised because I'm legit addicted to that shit. Like oh man. Anyways, someone said I can't do pre workout before jits. It just makes me hype and I can't think straight. Shit, bruh. Okay, there's so what I've learned, I'm gonna tell you guys something. I don't know if this is a performance enhancing drug. I don't think it is. You can go get it from the GNC store, but I call it my cocaine pills. So basically, you have these like in the GNC store, they have this pill that's creatine. So typically, you would take creatine from like a tub, right? But this thing it's a creatine pill. And then they also have these sports vitamins, right? And then they have this protein tub. When you mix all three of those together, what you're talking about, you said how you say you can't do pre-workout because it makes you hype. That shit does that to me. I call it my cocaine pills. I like every time before jujitsu or I'm about to have a very intense spar, I take that shit. I don't know if that's considered a perform. Well, it is that a performance enhancing drug? I would have to find out because if I was to go into like the UFC or something before a fight, I would take that shit. And you can get it from the GNC store. But I would take that shit. Like an hour before a fight, you'd see me in the back room. I have the creatine pill, the multivitamin sports pill, and I have those three things. I'll take that shit right before a fight. I know I'll go crazy. They be like, he's a cheater. I'm like, you can go get that from the GNC store. I've been doing that since I was broke. Like, and that's my little ritual. But I love that shit. That shit makes you go stupid. Someone said drink red tea, bro. No, no, tea is good. I fuck with tea. I grew up on tea. Tea is really good, and tea has no calories. That's the crazy part. Tea has no calories. Do you know how crazy that is? I'm like, what is in this shit? And it hydrates you very well. That's weird too. Tea hydrates you. It has to be second company tested. I would literally bring it to them and make them test that shit, and then I'll go to the GNC and make them create something that can pass the test. That's what I would do because I think some of it is like a placebo effect in my mind where I like if I take it, I believe I'm getting better. It does work though, but yeah, if I ever make it to the UFC and they say I got popped for something, I promise you that's what it was. I promise you that's what it was. I've been taking it like for the past year, I think. Gold Snitch has no problem suspending you. Shit. I This shit's documented right now. There's these vitamins I take from the GNC. I've been taking them. I take them before every single workout, and they get me lit. It's from the GNC store. It's over the counter. Don't you get tested for your fights now? I think so, but that's like I said. I would literally give them the stuff that I use. I would give it all. It's literally in my kitchen. Next stream, I think I'll bring that out and I'm gonna show you guys. That's what I'm gonna do. So I have. That's what I'm gonna do. I'm gonna show you guys. So I have this. I'm gonna keep this. I'm gonna show you guys what I take, and if I ever get popped for something, you guys would know what it is. Y'all would literally know. But yeah, it's a vitamin pack. It's like 6 vitamins. It's like it has like I think testosterone, caffeine. What's that shit called? It's like some regular stuff you can get from the store. But what they did was they took all the vitamins that makes your like blood open up, and they put it in one pack. Um, and it's really fucking well. It's not expensive. It's like what, $30, 30, $60. It's like, and then they have these creatine pills. Usually, people would have like they would scoop the creatine pills or scoop the creatine, but they decided to put it in the pill, and it's like I think 120% more effective than the protein creatine. And then I take protein powder. I do that every day. Do that every single day. So vitamins are a little overrated to you. I take no, vitamins are not overrated. I swear by that shit. I swear by vitamins. I have a shit ton of vitamins. It's just that if I'm about to go into an intense workout, I take that. I call it the my ritual. I call it the ritual. That's what I call it. I'm gonna show you guys. I'm gonna show you guys. Actually that's what I'm gonna start doing from now on. Like if anyone say I was on something, it will be literal public knowledge of what I take. It will be literal public knowledge because that's my ritual. It makes me feel good. But yeah. But it only makes you like it's weird. Like it doesn't you have to take it within the hour. Well, at least that's what I think it is. I believe you have to take it within the hour of whatever hard workout you're gonna do. It's kind of like pre-workout. There we go. It's kind of like pre-workout. You said creatine makes you feel bloated. Um, Everyone says that. Now that I think about it, my stomach did actually get a little bit bigger. I think because of creatine, but I work out so much. So if that's the so if you are trying to lose weight in your stomach, a lot of people don't know this or they don't want to accept this. You got to do cardio. Cardio is what makes the belly go down. It's cardio. There's no amount of weightlifting that you can do, stretching, sauna. You have to do cardio if you want your belly to go down. He said free Diddy on gang. But yeah, you have to. And people don't want to do that. Even me, like sometimes I'll be sitting there, I'm like, oh, I don't feel like fucking doing that. I used to take a supplement called Celtec. I'm pretty sure it was more than just a creatine because I gained a lot of muscle very quickly. I got scared and stopped taking it. Shit, I wouldn't have stopped taking that shit. I wouldn't have stopped taking it. To me, if something is on the shelf at the regular store, right? Like you didn't get it from some shady market or some shit. Like you got it, you walked in the store, grabbed it off the shelf, and it's making you get big. Fuck it, like that's what I see. That's why I say if I ever go do any type of jujitsu competition or anything, and they claim I was on something, you guys will know what it is. Like shit, so 20 seconds on, 20 seconds off sprints are the shits. 30 minutes, but that's plyometrics though. Yeah, plyometrics is because you said 20 seconds on, 20 seconds off sprints, and plyometrics is basically explosiveness, which it does. Plyometrics does work on that belly. It is cardio, but like Um, it's a different type of cardio, I believe. Yeah, plyometrics is a totally different. Like that's. I heard that you need like a continuous style of cardio and you need an explosive style of cardio. Kind of like when you stretch, you need static stretches and you need dynamic stretches. It's kind of like that. That's kind of what I am aware of, at least. Yeah. So yeah, this one thing about martial arts that I would say, or just sports in general, is I was shocked to find out that a lot of the way to win is not in the gym. Like you, yes, show up to the gym. You need to show up. You need to do your drills. You need to learn some new stuff. You need to try some new stuff. That's true. But I then found out that it's your diet. It's what you put in your body. It's what you do outside of the gym that creates a champion. And I know it sounds like a duh, but when you train and you train your hardest, you're training your butt off, it doesn't, like, that answer doesn't seem so clear. And it trips me out. It's like, wow, okay. I thought that because I was training so hard, like I could bypass that. Nah, you train hard and then you also train hard off the mat. The preparation is key. Am I tripping or you haven't been on in a while? Really? Like, well, I've been on live. I've been live streaming for the past, like, I think 5 days consistently, or 7 days, and I've been posting my jujitsu highlights for the past 2 weeks consistently. I actually, like, for the past 5 days been doing double posts. Tapping higher belts easily motivates me as a white belt. Reacting to your videos, a lot of people told me that the stuff that I show, like, they're like, "Damn, I didn't know that was possible," and they told me they go do it. That's the best feeling. I've been feeling like really irritated lately because I've been so injured, and I can't, like, I can only train right now. I can't go compete, like, because I would hate to go compete. This is why I haven't been competing. I would hate to go compete and my shoulder dislocates or something while competing, and some idiot thinks that he did that to me, and now he's running around social media saying, "Oh, I dislocated Smitty'Wit's shoulder," right? And it's like, no, my shoulder was already doing that. But then people run with that shit. So I have to build myself up and stuff. And I'm right now trapped in the gym only doing highlight videos. That's why I started going live. I was like, fuck this. I need to do something a little bit different. So are you saying I can or can't eat pizza? You can eat whatever the fuck you want. I think that if you're going to eat pizza, which I do, I like pizza, you need to go do extra cardio. That's how it works. If you want to be a fat ass, then you have to be a big back in your workouts. You need to eat the way you train. You know, you eat big, you train big. Train big, you eat big. The problem is people don't want to do that. They want to eat big, train little, and then they wonder why they fat. I got no notifications. That's crazy. You said stoked on your videos, man. Keep it up, super inspiring. Appreciate you. I what I've been wanting to do, what I love about YouTube is the way YouTube breaks the content. I love the way YouTube does that. Like, all my live streams are on one side, all my highlight videos are on another side, and then you have like videos. And so far, I got the shorts down. I feel like my audience knows what I do. They like it. They're learning. And then now I want to get close to my audience with these live streams, have some deep discussions, troll, say ignorant stuff, be smart with each other. And then I want to go create, I want to get a little bit more artistic, but I'm going to wait. It's hard to explain to you guys the artistic side that I'm talking about because you guys don't know what the fuck I'm talking about. You'd have to see it. But that's the next plan that I plan on doing. My back is itching. I need like a back scratcher. That's the next plan. I'm all looking around like I got a back scratcher. Imagine I just pulled it out, like. But that's the plan right now. I'm trying to get all my stuff in order for YouTube, and then Because I want to create merchandise and stuff. That's what I want to do. For have you got stem cells? I would need that. My coach got stem cells, and I think he had like a problem with like a bone or something on his neck, and it completely healed. Like over time, he's been getting stem cells for a while. But don't ask me about like what stem cells are because I hear he gets it, but I'm not interested. So I never ask him like, oh, what's stem cells? Like I just know that I've heard of it be talked around by the older guys in the community, and my coach actually continuously has to I think every couple of months he goes and gets it checked or something like that in Mexico. Like he goes down to Mexico and do it. I don't know. Is stem cells legal? Because I probably just outed my coach. Like, yeah, but I don't know. The question is which coach, though. That's the thing. Which coach? Which coach? Because I do have multiple coaches. So maybe there we go. Texas. Yeah. But yeah, that's nutrition, supplementation, MMA. I haven't really been too interested in MMA as of late. I have actually recently been watching like more videos on Marab Duvalishvili, and one of the big things that people were talking about was about Marab's cardio. People are trying to figure out that like how is it that Marab has the cardio that he has, and I I believe when I see Marab, I believe that he trains really hard. I don't think there's nothing special about him but his training. People are trying to make it seem like maybe he has like a special lung, maybe he's like dumb, that's why he's able to. I'm like, no, to get to a UFC champion, they said against Umar Nurmagomedov, he had a total of like I think 24 um what was it? How many takedowns did he go for against him? Like 24 in one round. There was some crazy shit. Like he just kept shooting for a takedown, and he had Dagestani dude tired from wrestling. So I just think Marab works really hard because what got me really good, and I've been struggling because I want to work that. I want to keep that same pace up. Is I have this belief of I want to be the last person on the mat. So because my body is healing still, I can't be the last person on the mat. But if I was never injured, I would be probably 10 times as dangerous. And I'm looking at a guy like Marab, and he's not injured, so he gets to train as hard as the fuck he wants to train. And there you go. Like, now you have a guy who is very dedicated to his craft. Everyone thinks he's stupid, but he's just a hard worker. Yeah, so that's the only thing about MMA lately. Alex Pereira, Marab Duvalishvili. I didn't watch his fight with Umar Nurmagomedov, but now that the stuff that I'm hearing, I actually might actually go check that out and look at it and start brushing up more on my UFC because I haven't really been interested as of late from UFC. And then also what I need to start paying attention to more is like the jiu-jitsu scene in terms of jiu-jitsu. There we go. That's something I want to talk about too. There was this guy who said that he doesn't like how jiu-jitsu has now turned into a sport about submissions, and he believes that if he passed someone's guard 3 times in a match and got into positionally dominant positions, like he got to mount, he got to rear naked choke, and that guy went for some shitty leg locks, he believes that his positional dominance should be better than this guy's weak attempts at submissions. But my problem with that is that's exactly what makes jiu-jitsu so boring. If you're just positionally dominating someone, that's the thing a lot of jiu-jitsu guys don't understand. The spectator doesn't know what the hell is going on. The spectators only understand submissions. That if you can point out and say, oh, he's trying to break your shoulder, the spectator doesn't know how, but he sees the death struggle going on. But if you're just sitting on top of somebody, even if you have your back, you're on top of them. Because there's no punches in jiu-jitsu, the spectator doesn't know what's going on. So this is why jiu-jitsu, and I believe that I have a hand in this, but this is why jiu-jitsu now is starting to become very submission based. The submission hunters, the submission artists will always be the superstars in jiu-jitsu. This is why, and then like just modern jiu-jitsu, we don't have like a there's no team or like organization that's doing this shit properly to show some of the best cool jiu-jitsu stuff that's happening. That's something I want to do. I want to create a jiu-jitsu organization. I want to do that. I know exactly how I would do it. I know it would be very geared towards social media. It would be geared towards the fashion sense in jiu-jitsu that jiu-jitsu guys do not have. It's so I need to make a whole live stream about that, of what I would like to do for jiu-jitsu. I probably might do that tomorrow. That probably would be dope. That would be a dope ass live stream. So how would you handle a fight like that against against Merab Dvalishvili? Well, number one, what I saw with Merab, I would have to start training for Merab now. I would have to start training for that man now. Meaning he's been going against people like, as if you think about it, one of his best training partners are Aljamain Sterling, who's a jiu-jitsu guy, right? Me and Aljamain Sterling are about the same height. So I believe Aljamain Sterling gives him trouble in the training room. You would need a jiu-jitsu guy that actually knows his positions very well off of his back, because you're going to get taken down. You are going to get taken down against Merab. And you need to accept that fact. Not try to get up, but try to figure out what could you do from the bottom that would be very devastating for a guy like him. So for me, I wouldn't emphasize my takedown defense. I really wouldn't. I would emphasize classic jiu-jitsu shit like guard. I would emphasize better triangles. I would be getting like strong. I would be like going in the gym, training positions specifically to get prepared for him. That's what I would do. I would not give a fuck about his takedowns. I would just go at him. I would let him take me down. My goal is the striking. I would be doing I'll be doing things up the middle. Sean O'Malley showed the like a blueprint of how to beat Merab, which is a lot of guys in the it's not featherweight, it's bantamweight, right? A lot of guys in the bantamweight division don't have really good striking. But when they do have striking, then you'll see a situation like Piotr Jan, where when Merab went against him, Merab just went for a record-breaking takedown. So you need to understand that if you're going to come at Merab with good striking, then Merab, his takedowns is going to go up. So it would take somebody who's really good at the bottom position to handle Merab. That's what I believe. So, but it takes a long time to get good at the ground like that. And most jiu-jitsu guys who are good at the ground, they're not good at striking. They don't want to get punched in the face. So you would have to make Merab take you down, and you would have to be really good. That it's a very specialized skill set. But I think that's the way to beat someone like him, because Sean O'Malley was trying to stand up, and Merab beats your ass as you try to stand up, and that's a problem. And then when you see, was it? It was Piotr Jan, I believe. Was it Piotr Jan? Am I getting that correct? It was Merab did the record-breaking takedowns against Piotr Jan, correct? I'm gonna have to check. I'm gonna have to fact check myself on that. It might have been somebody else, or was it Jose Aldo? Oh my God! Whatever. I need to go check that. But if your striking is good, Merab takes you down. If your striking isn't as good, Merab will attack you and then take you down. You need to have him be scared of the attacks and being on the ground. He had 39 takedowns. You said O'Malley has zero chance in the next fight. I don't think so. I think Sugar Show needs to work on his teeps. I think Sugar Show needs to understand that he needs to stay away from that cage because that's where he got demolished at. He needs to stay in the center, work straight shots, work your knees, work your teeps. Um, he has the length to beat Marab. He can knock out Marab. He can knock out Marab. Nah. O'Malley's definitely not my favorite fighter. No, he's not. I just believe that O'Malley can beat Marab. I really do. Sorry, Eric. You said in my opinion, positions mean nothing if you do nothing with it. Thank you. Exactly. Exactly. If you passed a guy's guard multiple times, you like he's trying to do shitty submissions and you've passed his guard and you've done all this cool stuff. Cool. But finish the fight. Finish the fight. If this guy is trying to submit you, yeah, he's getting put in bad positions. At least he's going for it. So in our eyes, he's the winner. Nobody wants to see a boxing match where a guy doesn't punch. We paid to see that, right? So if you're just sitting there doing defense all day, that shit's boring. We want to see some swings. We want to see you take chances, bro. You're a professional, right? Show us something cool. So if you're just taking the guy's back and showing pretty jiu-jitsu, I mean that's cool, but no one gives a fuck. What's good, Ghost? You would be 125 pounds if you fought UFC, probably. I'm actually pretty like I have a lot of muscle on me. I would be in the bantamweight division. That's where I would be. I have too much muscle on me. Um, it would the lowest I ever got was 134 pounds for my first like amateur. It was semi-contact amateur MMA fight. Like I was still losing weight, but I was like super strong. I was strong as shit that day. That was the best I've ever felt. But if I went 10 more pounds, because I walk around at like 150, 145 to 150, but it's like I'm really, and I've been getting bigger too. So I know I want to walk around at 160 and drop to 135, and then fight night gas back up to 160. That's what I want to do. I've been studying the science of how to do that. That's what I want to do. I want my grappling weight to be 160 and my fight weight to be 135. How old are you? How old do I look? Only my I ain't gonna, I keep explaining it every time. It's so funny. I love when people ask me that. How old are you? How old do I look? They ask me, I don't say it. Do you think jiu-jitsu should incorporate slams? I always dislike how slams are mostly frowned upon. I think if you jump guard, you should get slammed to the ground. That's my answer. If you are gonna jump at me like we're on some wedding honeymoon adventure, you need to be slammed like as if you was on the bed of a wedding honeymoon adventure. That's how I feel. So that rule needs to go. I hate when people jump. I hate that. You should be slammed. If you're gonna jump on me and destroy my knees, you should be slammed. Slamming should be legal. So that's how I feel. If it shouldn't be, you shouldn't be able to like be in guard, right, and pick someone up and slam them. I mean, maybe, but I do believe if you're starting the match, you guys are standing, and someone jumps on you, you should be able to slam them. It should be legal. I do believe that. Did I miss much? I saw the title of the stream. I was like, oh yeah. Yeah, you missed a little bit. You missed a little bit, but it's all good. Not in practice though. Nah, I'm gonna tell you a story. And it's not. It might be on my phone. I gotta go check it. I don't know if I was recording that day, but I had a homie. We were in practice, and one of my competition homies. It was some guy. He came in. He tried to jump guard my homie. My homie just slammed him right there. Wow, dude was laid out in practice. And then my homie walked like Allen Iverson stepped over him and said, "Don't fucking do that shit." I don't fucking know you. Like yeah, no, like if it's with your best buds, right, and you jump on them, you know, it depends. I have some homies who jump guard on me, but I love them. I know what they're trying to do. We've been training for a long time. I can carry him down, do whatever. If I don't know you, I'm slamming you. Mm-hmm. Yep. If I don't know you, I'm slamming you. But it could be legal in practice too. No one said nothing. We just looked at the guy who got slammed. He was like damn near like dazed on the floor, and we all laughed at him. Like, don't jump guard, because if you take him out, now you took out one of our competitors. So, nah, man, you building a family in the gym though. Nah, but yeah, but then you have some family members who need to be knocked out. Some family members, does the Kesagatami buggy choke defense work? Kesagatami buggy choke, like when someone has you like in that little, because Kesagatami is when you people in these Japanese names. I love Japan though. Like someone's in like they got you in that little choke, and then you go and you reach in, go for the buggy choke. I think that's what you're talking about. Kesagatami buggy choke defense work. Kesagatami. It's interesting. I will rewatch. I've devised a formula for rewatching because I need to either focus on chat or the talk. You could just chill and talk. It don't matter. You could just chill and talk. You ain't gotta do nothing crazy. Just kick back. That's what these streams are for, is to chill and talk. Everyone has an uncle who needs to be put in place. It's kind of like that, you know. Like, it's about respect. Like, if you don't know someone and you're jumping guard on them, you don't know. Like, right now, my right knee is jacked up. If anyone jumps guard, I'm slamming them, even in practice. I think everyone knows that. My right knee and my shoulder right now is jacked up. If you jump guard, I'm slamming you easy without a second thought. So, I don't like jumping guard. I hate that. I hate jumping guard. It's disgusting to me. It's a lazy way of trying to take someone down. And when people say jujitsu is gay, I think of that, and that's why I don't agree. That's why they're like, yeah, jujitsu is gay. I think of someone jumping guard. I'm like, yeah, you might be right. Like, yeah, you might be right. Anybody? Well, we were just talking about. Oh, you said what is jumping guard? I thought you said who is jumping guard. Um, Jumping guard is when someone's standing up. Imagine someone standing erect, and someone walks up to them and they take their legs and jump on them to take them down. Right? Um, I hate that shit. Someone said, "How about flying triangles?" That's fine. If you're jumping and you're going for a submission, that's fine, because when the jump for the submission, if it doesn't work and your technique is bad, you're gonna hurt yourself. You will hurt yourself, and that actually requires some technique. Just running and just jumping on someone does not require no technique. Darce choke, if you lay flat, it stops from being choked out because they can get that arm across. There is a way to choke someone if they lay flat out with the Darce. There is a way. Or you could turn it into like a Marcelo Garcia. Marcelo Garcia. Is that motherfucker's name? Why am I thinking of the boxer? What's the boxer's name? The one who with the hook. I keep thinking of him. But anyways, Marcelo Garcia, you could turn it into like a guillotine if they go flat on their back, if you're good with that. Like jumping and hanging onto the opponent, yes. Like the person, you literally jump on them and you could buckle their knees because they might try to carry you. Like it's. I also think maybe slamming, like if someone stands up, yeah, actually, yeah, slams should be illegal. Yes, yes. To answer your question, slams should be illegal. No, legal in jiu-jitsu. It should be. It should be. Um, oh, I didn't. I don't mean to make this sound complicated. Honestly, I like to hear everything that was said. As soon as I start talking, I miss. Well, yeah, oh no, I got you, Ghost. I got you. Roberto Duran? No, not Roberto Duran. Not Roberto Duran. Roberto Duran is a legend. It's a known boxer. He's known right now. He's really young. He lost the tank. He beat Devin Haney. What the hell is his name? I like him. He be crashing out. Armand stopped Ryan Garcia. There we go. Yes, yes, yes. Yes, I like him. Ryan Garcia. Armand stopped Islam from choking him out with that and survived the round, their first fight. Yeah, but I don't think Islam will let him get out of that again. I mean, it depends though, because each submission requires it requires like different skill sets. So just because someone's good at jujitsu or they're a black belt, there might be like a system of submission style that they're not really good at. There's 6 families of submissions. You have rear naked chokes, you have leg locks, you have guillotines, you have arm bars, you have triangles, you have kimuras. You have those 6 families of submissions, and you can make an entire style off of that. So maybe and then there's like, so for example, there's 7 different types of kimuras. There's 5 different types of triangles, right? Me, I know all 4 triangles, but I don't know a 5th triangle. It's the opposite side triangle. Every time I see someone do it, I'm like, it's so cool. Um, but if I catch you in a front triangle, you're probably about to get submitted. You're going to get submitted. That's like one of my highest percentage. But if I catch you in like a side triangle, you might be able to get out. You get what I'm saying? With guillotines, there are different types of guillotines, and each of them requires innate knowledge or practice. So maybe like Islam, if he was known as the Darce guy at the time, or if he was really good with Darces, and he's used to going against people who tries to defend against his Darce, Armand going on his back wouldn't have been a problem. He would have probably transferred into something else. Because me, I'm used to, that's why there's like a video on here of me submitting a 300-pound man. Like, he got trapped in my triangle. I was like, I'm going to get your ass. Like, that's how strong my front triangle is. But if I would have caught him in a side triangle, he probably would have got out of that. I wouldn't have had the confidence to take him down. Make a video on it if you can. He laid flat on his stomach and survived. Well, no, that is the, I think submission defense is also a very underrated art. It's a very underrated art of jiu-jitsu, submission defense. So maybe like, because if you look at Islam's back and how, like, a good example is when he choked out Charles Oliveira. If you look at that, you would he has like this big ass back, like no disrespect, but he has a silver back, like a gorilla back. Most grapplers who have a giant back are good at chokes. So if Armand got out of that, we're sitting back, or me, I'm sitting back saying like, oh, maybe Islam's finishing mechanics was bad. No, maybe Armand's escapes was just a little bit better. You say I'm loving the flow. This is how I get my socializing in. But I am down to make a video on it. That would be nice. Is this really you? Yes, it is me. It is me. Charles Oliveira tried the Darce Armand. When I seen that, if Charles Oliveira, I have, like, the more I watch Charles Oliveira, I'm starting to think that it's not that, like, his jiu-jitsu is good. By the way, he's one of my favorite fighters. Him and Islam, my favorite fighters. I always need to say this because when I start critiquing people, people think I'm a hater. But I just think that Charles Oliveira's jiu-jitsu might just be, like, mediocre. Hold on. Follow me. Like, it's good enough because he learned how to use it while striking. So for the strikers, his submissions are dangerous. But like actual jiu-jitsu guys, if you put him in pure jiu-jitsu, I don't think his jiu-jitsu is that good. This is me. This is just my speculation. Because like using his jiu-jitsu for fighting is pretty, like, a lot of us see it as top notch and high level. But then it's kind of like what Islam Makhachev said. Who gave it to him? We need to check that moment. When he's talking about Dustin Poirier and stuff. Like, Islam said it best. He said a lot of these guys are not actually black belts. Like, a lot of these belts are very inflated. Like, think about it. Alex Pereira is a black belt in jiu-jitsu. Alex fucking Pereira is a black belt in jiu-jitsu right now. See what I'm saying? But I'm not saying Charles Oliveira's jiu-jitsu is bad. I'm just saying, like, if you put him against pure jiu-jitsu guys, I don't think his jujitsu is that good like we think it is. I've been watching him for a while. Now, I'm not talking shit because he's changed a lot of stuff. I love when I see him do jujitsu. I love it. I'm like, ah! But there was when I was watching him against Michael Chandler, I was sitting there watching that, and it was just so shocking to me. I was like, damn, Charles cannot finish Michael Chandler? Like, like Charles didn't have the IQ in that moment to go on mount. He could have submitted him, or he could have got on top, got on mount, because that's what Michael Chandler didn't want. Michael Chandler did not want Charles Arvelo on top of him in mount, throwing elbows, and then he could have got a head and arm choke. I don't know, but that's a whole nother like long topic. I'm not very good at triangles, but rear naked chokes are my bread and butter. Exactly. I've been working on a lot of rear naked chokes lately. A lot. I've been very obsessed with rear naked chokes, actually. If you want your rear naked chokes to be good, it's pull ups. Actually, all your chokes. All of your chokes. Every choke you do, it comes from your pulling strength. When you do wrestling, it comes from, well, for upper body, we're talking about upper body, it comes from your pushing strength and pull strength. Um, and your legs, if we're not, but we're not talking about legs, but all of your choking strength comes from your ability to do pull-ups really well. What about the Bulls versus the Chiefs? I am not a football fan. I'm not a football fan. I had homies who are football fans, but I haven't talked to those homies in years, so I haven't been keeping up with football. I used to be kind of a semi basketball fan, but I'm not interested in basketball. Uh, I haven't been excited for basketball since like when the Warriors and the Cavaliers was going head up with each other. Um, yeah, for sure. I get you. I'm waiting. I'm with you, bro. But also, Oliveira's fight and standard game is strong and all around. He is dangerous in all aspects. Okay, like that's one big thing that Charles has. Like when he went against Michael Chandler, the way Charles was fighting, he went directly at Michael Chandler and he was just throwing dubs. Like that's what I'm saying. I think he's very well rounded. I think Charles Oliveira, he has upped his striking enough. His striking is good enough where he should he could probably be champion again. But there's certain things that as I train jiu-jitsu and I watch him and I train striking and I'm staring, I'm like, "Oh, your jiu-jitsu is not as nightmarish as I thought it used to be." But that could be also hindsight bias. Um, a lot of people will watch my videos and then they'll be like, he's not that good. I'm like, yeah, because you fucking see all these videos of me. If I was unknown, do you know how dangerous I would be if I wasn't giving away the game for free? Like I just pop up and just be whooping people's ass. They'll be like, who is this guy? Imagine I didn't wear no Spider-Man suits. I was very quiet like Leon Edwards, and I was cool with that. Do you know how dangerous I would be? One of my biggest problems is because everyone knows who the fuck I am. They know when they see me, this is about to be a problem. Imagine if people did not know who I was. Do you? So that's the problem. That's why I'm very careful with my critique about Charles Oliveira because I have watched him enough. I know what he's going for. And then now that I know what he's going for and I'm kind of seeing the science to his magic, now I'm starting to be like, oh, he's actually not good at XYZ, you know? So let me see. Let me see. With her 99. Okay. Stream jacking up. Technical difficulties. Oh, here we go. There we go. The stream just started like flashing in and out. I'm like, what the hell's going on? Let me see if you guys. I was about to read Ghost, but let me see. All right, here, let me continue because the stream is back on. Oh, that reminds me. Is there a difference between the old school martial arts who went to different schools to train as opposed to the MMA gyms? Cerrone, I recall mentioning how these new generations of fighters are hybrids, giving them an advantage, but isn't it the same thing just more convenient concerning my previous comment. Um, I I think the strategies of building fighters is much better now. I believe because right now I'm kind of stuck in that old school martial arts way of doing. I need to go get jujitsu over here. I need to go get um, Muay Thai over here, and then I have to go find an MMA gym. I'm kind of stuck in that fashion, but I I think the old school way is much more superior. If you it's superior, but it takes longer to do. So you these new the new school way produces a lot more athletes faster, but they're lacking in a lot of things. Like if you go into an MMA gym, the nuances of being a submission artist, you can only become that way if you go practice actual jujitsu. The nuances of striking, yeah, the nuances of striking, like the art of Muay Thai, the art of boxing, like actually getting those intricacies, you're not gonna get it from a full MMA gym. But but what you do get from an MMA gym is you're practicing MMA. So there's a skill set of MMA itself. There's a skill set. Being able to know when to take someone down, being able to stand back up, getting hit in the face, the wall, the cage is one of the main things that makes MMA different from all martial arts. The ground and pound as well is different. So there, it's give or take. It's give or take. But if you can do the old school way, you go get some grappling, you go get some striking, you have an MMA gym. I think that's the way, but it's hard to do. Yeah. Oh my God, bro. I love your jiu-jitsu. I was born in England. Nice. Living in France. I'm literally weighing only 60 kg. Your inspiration. Thank you. Thank you. He said, can you give me any info or help on guard retention for a white belt? No-gi. Um, there is... Oh, I didn't post that video. I haven't posted that video yet. I was about to tell you there's a video, but it's not a video. There's a video. If you... Everything about the guard is your stomach and flexibility. Actually, no. I do kind of, if you go on my page, um I did make a video called what is the guard on my videos. I think that was the last like long form video I made. It's like 16 minutes. And I go in depth about every aspect of the guard, but you want to know guard retention. Um it's basically your abs though. Your abs is what allows you your abs and hip mobility. That's what allows you to be able to get your guard retention up. Because a guard retention is being able to just fold yourself on top of yourself and use your knees as a weapon to push people off of you. And the to be able to do that, you need to be flexible in your abs and strong and your hips. So you should go a great exercise for that. Go on the bar, hang from the bar, and bring your toes to your hands and touch the bar with your toes. Come back down, do that again. That's one of the greatest. That's if you had only one thing to do and you wanted your guard to be better, that's the one exercise you should be doing. If you wanted to get better submissions, like choke submissions, you wanted to get better strength, the one exercise that you need to do is pull ups. If you want to get better at wrestling with the pull ups, the one thing that you need to do is like bench press and overhead press, bench press. Wrestling gets a little bit cheesy of how to get better with that when it comes to strength training. And then like lunges. If you want to get better at guard passing, jump rope, and incline. Yeah. Guard passing is a lot of pushing exercises. Incline specifically, incline, overhead press, and jump rope. If you want to get better at guard passing, but you didn't ask me that question and whatever. But that's what happens. I get to yapping. Um, Perfect. I'll check it out. Definitely do that exercise. The thing is, I'm always training with heavier guys because there's no one my weight. That's good. Um, the only problem, the shitty part about training with heavy guys is short guys has a twitch. Like shitty guys, heavier guys, they can't get to certain places faster. So like during scrambles, you could beat them to certain areas. They're just stronger than you, so they can just throw you off or pick you up in certain areas. But when you go against guys your height, there's a timing. They meet you there. Like you're rushing, and you're used to getting to a certain angle, and they're right there with you. You know, kind of like Dragon Ball Z, where they stay facing, they're fighting. Like short guys are gonna stay like that with you the entire time. So that's probably the only thing that you're missing. But you'll be stronger than them because you're used to much heavier people. So that's the cool thing about going against much heavier guys. They do get you stronger, 100%. Love your jiu-jitsu videos. How long did it take you to become competitive with larger white belts and even blue belts when you started? It didn't take long. Just be the last person on the mat. You need to study jiu-jitsu. A lot of people don't study jiu-jitsu. I've said that before. Well, I'm gonna keep repeating it because I'm gonna keep getting new people. I'm gonna keep getting more and more new people. But you gotta train jiu-jitsu, man. You gotta train. I mean, no, you gotta study jiu-jitsu. I said this earlier in the live. The shorter you are, the more knowledge you need to have. So your knowledge needs to be taller than the tallest person in the room. Like, and I'm talking about like books. Like, like Lil Uzi said when he stands on his money, it makes him 6'7" or something. That's how it has to be with knowledge. Like you have to have like stacks of book knowledge, not just like no books of knowledge. It needs to be taller than the tallest person in the room. That's how you have to be if you're short. If you're small, that's how much you have to know. And that's me. I study all the time. Before I got on here, I was playing chess. I was studying Gordon Ryan's back takes, learning about how to retake the guard or retake the back when you lose it. You need to constantly be studying. You say, "Well, if I'm tall, then your knowledge needs to be taller than you. If you're weaker, that you want to know something crazy? I think that's the hubris of tall people, tall or large individuals, because they get to use their size. They're not as technical, or no, they're knowledgeable. Uh, what does it look like when somebody acts like they're short? You get Gordon Ryan. Gordon Ryan moves like he's my height. The way like how like insecure he gets, or not insecure, but like he is always trying to prove something to someone. Be a Gordon Ryan when it comes to training. I know that motherfucker studies his ass off, and he's huge. Well, he's huge to me. Gordon Ryan's like 6'2", 6'3". I think that's the perfect height for like jiu-jitsu. If you really care about the art, like, get real. And he has someone else that's like John Danaher. John Danaher's really smart, but yeah. No, you're right, because bigger, taller guys tend to use their weight more than skill. Yeah, I know. Like that's what I'm saying. Gordon Ryan is a big dude who acts like a short man. If you see me kind of twitching, that's me popping my shoulder back in the socket. Well, not in the socket, but I feel like there we go. But yeah, Gordon Ryan is a big dude, but he acts like a short guy, which is why he's so good. That's why he's so good. His knowledge is as tall as he is, if not taller. So that's how your knowledge gotta be. You need tomes of knowledge. The shorter you get. So I love that question earlier. Someone asked me how would I beat Marab. I would have to start now. That actually got me interested. That's gonna have me like really studying that stuff. For me, Mika Gaval is such a good grappler too. It's kind of funny. People are like, yeah, they're like, yeah, he's gonna be this and he's gonna be that and he's a beast. And I was impressed too. Mika Galval is fucking dope. But my only issue when I see good jiu-jitsu guys is I don't see no training. I don't see no striking being developed. If you Because I know we don't like Kron Gracie, but Kron Gracie was a little phenom when he was doing pure jujitsu. He was fucking good at jujitsu, and because he did no striking development, Kron Gracie is ass. You know, even there's another jujitsu guy, Galvao. Was it something Galvao? I know you got it. He lost to Gordon Ryan. He got slapped by Gordon Ryan. He tried. I seen a video. Like I remember, like you want to know what was crazy? It was him. I forgot his first name though. Something Galvao. Something Galvao. No. He's the older one. Andre Galvao. Yes, Andre Galvao. And this is I have to always preface this because I could get soundbited. This is respectful, but Andre Galvao was the first person when I first started jujitsu that I really looked up to. And I found out that just because you train jujitsu don't mean you know how to fight. He was like the first person that really let me down. Like, cause I was looking at like all his videos. You find out he was at the time he was like the champion, and he was just like he's on swole, and everyone was talking about he's legendary. I saw this motherfucker fight MMA, and I was like, oh, that's ass. Damn, that's bad. Ooh, sheesh. I was like, damn. Like, like so when everyone say Mika Galvao so good, I see no striking development. I see no striking development. That's why I show you guys my striking videos. I want you guys to know this. You when you type away your favorite little fighter, you can't see no videos of them. You see videos of me though. Fuck that. Even Bruce Lee. There's no videos of Bruce Lee sparring. I can't stand that. I made sure. I was like, if you're going to be legendary Smitty, make sure there's sparring videos up. Make sure people could speculate about your skill. No, make sure people could verify your skill. Like maybe they could say you sucked or something or whatever, but they'll still be able to see your stuff. You know, like, ah, man, I seen that shit. I was like, damn, that's terrible. Like, god damn. Yeah, Andre Galvao let me down. That's when I found out. Just because you know jiu-jitsu, just because you're a legendary black belt does not mean you know how to fight. What's good, Eric, man? Let me see. Your genetics shouldn't be a reason to not put in work. Michael Jordan was the best because he was gifted and worked harder than everyone else. That is so true. How are you beating John Jones? You need to be crazier than John Jones. That's how you beat John Jones. You need to, like, I feel like John Jones. I've never been that tall either. So I like John Jones. He is a psychopath. He's very smart too. I'm willing to predict that John Jones is going to fight Tom Aspinall. I bet you he is. A lot of people think he's ducking Tom Aspinall. Nah, like ever since I got injured, the way I move is different. And John Jones is older, so he's watching Tom Aspinall. He's watching him. And he's been in the game for a very, very long time. So if he's sitting there pretending like he's ducking Tom Aspinall, he could get prepared for him right now. Like if you pay attention, you see John Jones has been training with Gordon Ryan. Why the fuck is John Jones training for Gordon Ryan? Who else is there to fight? Why do you need to train with the best grappler in the world? Oh, it's just to train. Who are you training for, John Jones? You haven't retired. Who are you training for? John Jones is grabbing a bunch of easy fights right now, which is very smart. That's literally I think it's in the 33 Strategies of War, book by Robert Greene. You get the small fights, win the small wars, get the small victories, so you can win the big one. If John Jones does go against Tom Aspinall, that's gonna let me know that John Jones believes he can win, and I think John Jones should retire immediately. I wouldn't give Tom Aspinall a rematch if I was John Jones. Fuck that shit. Cade and Tyra Tulo, they are fighting now. Well, let's talk about that too. No, it's one of the Rutolos are fighting. One of the Rutolos are fighting. Not both. I think one of them. I seen I seen a video. I actually watched him live on one championship. I don't I keep forgetting which one's fighting, but his striking is bad. His striking is ass too. But he's what I like about him, Rotolo. I forgot which one it is he's getting out there. His striking's bad right now, but he's gonna be fucking good. I promise you, he is going to be good. He's gonna be good because just because I'm saying his striking is ass, don't mean like oh he sucks. No, Ilya Tapora's striking was ass too when he first started. Did y'all know that? If you it, the best boxer in the UFC right now, when he first did MMA, his striking was terrible, terrible. So, and the fact that Rotolo said he wants to get striking up, he's coming to really like knock people out. I like what he's on. So yeah, but that's one like but that's a very special breed of a jiu-jitsu guy. He got to train jiu-jitsu since he was like a little kid. He has a twin brother. He got to practice his jiu-jitsu, and then he gets to transition into MMA. I think that's going to be the next wave. Like, if you want to know who's going to beat those Dagestani wrestlers, it's going to be right now, it's these little kids right now that's in jiu-jitsu because they're also practicing high school wrestling while doing jiu-jitsu. These little kids are going to be problems when they get older. They're going to be the problems. They're going to be the new wave of jiu-jitsu guys that are going to be problems. And my job right now is to keep inspiring them because they all follow me to make them get in their mind that they need to go for the submission. That's what I'm here for in life. You beat John Jones with the Smith and Wesson, you damn right. No, but he's good with guns too. You know what? You beat John Jones by being cool with John Jones. That's how you beat him. You be cool with John Jones. Fuck that. Because have you seen that video of someone tried to rob his house and he came running out with a shotgun? I'm good, bro. That he was moving quick. Imagine a John Jones in his pajamas with a shotgun and his dog coming at you. And his dog is trained too. Fuck that shit. I'm cool. I'm cool. I'm cool. I'm cool. If I do manage to hear everything, though, I won't rewatch. Swole wasn't he juiced to the gills? And we love your videos. Thank you, thank you, thank you. No, like Andre Gaval, dude let me down. That's what's up, bro. Let me kind of have you read Bruce Lee's book? I haven't. I will which Bruce Lee book? Which Bruce Lee book? Never seen you about to check out some of your fights. What organization do you fight for? I haven't fought yet. My problem, I'll tell you my problem with fighting. I'm gonna tell you my problem with fighting. All last year I was trying to get me an MMA fight. Well, I did kind of do like one little fight, and I got me a little submission. MMA is a team sport. People don't know this. MMA is a team sport. Jiu-Jitsu, I can go set me up a fight. Muay Thai can go set me up a fight. But MMA, I just had a homegirl right now. She just had an MMA fight last night. And I believe her team, like she lost brutally badly. And she, there's some politics behind the scene and yada yada. But to me, I blame that on her team. Her team let her down. I have one like official Muay Thai fight, and it's on this page too that I posted, and I got my ass whooped. I got fucked up. I had fun though, but I didn't get knocked out or nothing. But I got fucked up, and at the time, I wasn't really training Muay Thai. Like I was just mainly doing jiu-jitsu. But the gym that I was practicing boxing at, they asked me if I could fill in for somebody that had 5 fights, and I was like, yeah, I could do that. So I went to go fight, and come to find out, this dude actually was pretty fucking good. He wasn't that good. I feel like now, if I get a rematch with him now, because I've been doing Muay Thai solidly now, I think I can get him. I think I can get his ass now, but I wasn't training like that. But just because I, as a fighter, said that I can do that. If I would have had the proper team, they should have protected me and said, no, we're going to get an actual fair fight of a guy who doesn't have XYZ, But, yeah, I suspect that the owner didn't like me and she wanted to see me humbled. It didn't humble me, but it gave me a very deep lesson of when it comes to competitions, not jujitsu, but when it comes to like Muay Thai, like these and MMA stuff like that, it's a team sport. If you don't have a team behind you, you won't be able to succeed. So that's kind of been my problem these past few years, finding a solid team that cares for my well being and not the hype that I've built myself. That's the problem. I'll get people who they just they want to they're trying to, like, that's another thing. All last year there was a bunch of MMA organizations that were trying to give me dudes that were like prodigies, right? They had all these fights and I had no fights. And they were like, "Oh, we have a guy for you." I'm like, "Why would you give me him first? Why are you trying to make me go against him?" You know? Why are you trying to feed me to this guy? So it's a team sport, dog. Like, there's a lot of shitty politics. There's a lot of shitty politics, man. One of these days, I gotta really break it down to you guys. Like, the fighting world, like, you guys just get to chill and look at your phone and you see the fight happening, but you don't know like the stuff that it took to get to that, or the shisty, shady shit that happened behind it. You don't know why this fighter is getting his ass whooped. He looks like he sucks, but really he just got shafted. It's crazy. Did you see what happened to TJ Dillashaw's shoulder with that same problem you have? He now needs a whole new shoulder. Yeah, yeah. I need a whole new shoulder. I'm actually trying. I'm trying to get surgery on my shoulder. Actually, So yeah, don't let your shoulder, man. I still can train. Like, I'm still in the gym, but now, if you look at all my videos, like, I'm moving fast, but I'm actually moving at 30% of what I can do. Like, I'm like I can't chase people down like I want to. I have gotten much more dangerous though. I have gotten more dangerous, but because I'm more like calculative. But yeah, when you are injured, the shit sucks. This shit sucks. Do you watch MMA more than jiu-jitsu? Not really. I study. It's even. Actually, yes, you're right. You're right. No, well, it depends on what you're asking, because I study jiu-jitsu every day, and if that counts as watching jiu-jitsu, no. But if you're talking about watching MMA as entertainment, I think I watch Muay Thai more than all of them for entertainment because it's free, and then I haven't paid for my UFC subscription in a minute, but I used to go to sleep to MMA. Once I repay for that, I'll probably be going to sleep to MMA again. And then Jiu-Jitsu, what I would like to do is create like a Jiu-Jitsu app or something that allows you to stream Jiu-Jitsu and stuff like that. Like Jiu-Jitsu is not, it's still in the wild, wild west. And one thing that I've noticed 100% is these jiu-jitsu organizations do not know what the fuck they're doing. They're only like money motivated. They're money motivated, but they're going about it the wrong way. They don't care about the athletes, which is dumb, because jiu-jitsu it's actually more primed for social media than Muay Thai is. Well, I'm starting to kind of change with that, because the way I've been handling Muay Thai, now that I've been training Muay Thai, I do see like jiu-jitsu and Muay Thai are kind of up there together. But there's a lot more athletes in jiu-jitsu that you could build up, and there's a lot of crazy shit happening in jiu-jitsu. Muay Thai is very like respectful, but jiu-jitsu is still kind of in like it's not disrespectful. You guys, like, go look at Craig Jones. Go look at Craig Jones and you'll see what I talk about, what jiu-jitsu's in. Tom is a stud, but John will still beat him. I think John Jones needs to take his time and study Tom Aspinall, because if he just walks in and tries to and thinks and doesn't prepare properly, he's gonna get his ass whooped, and that's gonna be like the worst L ever. You said Jones IQ is high. Exactly. I hope John Jones beats to break off Tom Aspinall. Hey, like, I low key hope so too. I don't hate Tom Aspinall. I just hate that. Um, I hate this era of haters. if you're winning a lot, people want to see you lose for no reason. They just want to see you lose. They just want to see how it looks. They just want the chaos of you losing, and they want to laugh in your face. They're not doing nothing for themselves in life. They just see you're winning, and they want to see you lose just because you're winning. I hate that shit. I don't like that shit. So they, yeah, I don't like that shit. Let me see. No, I think iron sharpens iron because Gordon is the best and John Jones is the best, so it really helps him to keep up with the best in the world. I think it's deeper than that because Tom Aspinall's grappling is fucking phenomenal. His grappling is so dope, and I know John recognizes because Tom Aspinall has been doing jujitsu since he was a child. So his jiu-jitsu is crazy. Like the thing about John Jones is he always has better grappling than a lot of people. Now you have an actual person who their grappling might be better or might be equal if not better than yours. So you have to go get the best. You have to get someone who is used to going against that type of size of a human being to show how to beat them. John Jones has no reason to prove himself, retired champion. That's true, but I think John Jones got that Michael Jordan mentality. Like if you watch The Last Dance with Michael Jordan, when people challenged Michael Jordan, he wanted to prove them wrong, and he did it every single time. I believe that's John Jones as well. I believe he's like, no, I'm about to show you guys I can whoop his ass, and once I do it, then I'm gonna retire. I feel like that's what John Jones is gonna do. Yeah, because he was a jiu-jitsu guy before striking. Yeah. What weight class are you? 135. I'm 135. I think I'm behind you guys. I think I'm behind. I'm trying. Let me answer these quickly. You said now John Jones needs to fight Aspinall at this point, and then he can ride off into the sunset. I agree with that. Taporia has no choice but to focus on striking. Why'd you say Taporia has no choice but to focus on striking? Is there something wrong with Taporia's knees? Everyone wants a reputation off of the old guys, Mike Tyson, John Jones. I hate that too. I despise that. This new generation, this new era is incredibly unoriginal. They are we are I believe we're at a crisis actually where once we get done destroying the legends is going to come to a point where folks got to get original again. We need new stuff because we're still riding the coattails. We're in like the remix era. We're riding the coattails of it's in the movies, video games, it's in the comic books. We're just grabbing stuff and just remixing it. And it's really frustrating. So taking old fighters and giving them one last dance of a fight, uh, and then like flexing on them. Like it's like, bro, like how are you? It takes a special person to perform under those fights. Yes. Would you say Mighty Mouse is a special specimen, or can you go head to head in jiu-jitsu eyes? Give me Mighty Mouse is a black belt. I'm a purple belt. Give me, but he's Mighty Mouse is just like me. His IQ is high as hell. His IQ is high as hell. Let me get to brown belt. Let me get to brown belt. Let me get to brown belt, and I will respectfully, and I mean that fucking respectfully. I'll try to see if I could do something jiu-jitsu wise with him, because I think by brown belt I'll be able to compete with him. Right now he'll fuck me up. I'm not talking about MMA. He'll destroy me in MMA. I'm not that guy. I'm not that guy. At least against someone like him. Fuck no. Not against him. His jiu-jitsu and his striking and the way he moves is just too good for a guy who has absolutely no fights in the cage. That would be crazy. But jiu-jitsu, let me get to brown belt and I'll re-answer that question for you guys. I think Jones is a guy who can fight at a high level into his fuck no. I think if I was Jones, I would beat Tom Aspinall. That shit that he showed with Stipe Miocic, it was cool, but he looked slow. He looked very slow. I wasn't impressed. I was like, ugh. No, he did some cool shit, but he visibly looked old. Okay, I'll check that out. How you learn though? What do you mean, Eric? I'm sorry, cause I'm moving slow with the comments. I'm just like literally answering your comments each like little by little. I think you guys are probably commenting like crazy right now. Bruce Lee's workout book. I think I wasn't aware Bruce Lee had multiple books. I thought it was one book. Oh, I think I know what you're talking about. Bruce Lee got a bunch of books, and I think that workout book that you're talking about is I think I think that's actually just online. Let me see. Eric, that may be true, but it's still risky because the older you get, the slower you are. Yes, yes. I just said that was true. Oh man, that reminds me. I'm thinking you should go visit Coach Zabi. Yeah, yeah, yeah. Yeah. He's cool. He's cool. You heal and recover slow. Yeah, the older you get, like you need to prepare better. That's what I've learned. The older you get when it comes to combat sports, you just need to prepare much better. That's really it. It's I don't think it's moving slow. You can move like how you was when you was a young guy. So the difference of young guys and old guys is young guys could just get up without they could just start the car and go. Old guys have to start the car and sit there for a little bit, right? And then they could go. And they could probably move as fast as the young guy. But the old guy, how do I say this? If he doesn't prepare and let the engine heat up, he'll, the young guy would just run through him. So that's the problem. I actually do wear shoulder straps. I wear shoulder straps. It's all in my videos. You just can't see it. It's under the clothes. I wear shoulder straps. I weigh 100 right now. I'm like 150. True, I wanted Khabib to lose every time he fought. So funny. Let me see. How far am I? Oh no, I caught up with you guys. Okay, cool, cool, cool. I caught up with you guys. I think Jones just sees the same level he was in his prime and Tom. And I think John Jones is worried about every single person he goes against. I think John Jones is a very smart man. I think he pays attention, but I still think he could be Tom Aspinall. I think he can. Put the cigarette down. I don't smoke cigarettes. I'm sorry. I'm just black. That's so funny. I like that. Is it true that there's no way out of a Darce choke? No. You can get out of a Darce choke. You can get out of a Darce choke. I've seen Mighty Mouse do jujitsu with the giant, and I was shocked the way he submitted that dude. I was like, oh, that was actually creative. Um, what would I? How would I submit Mighty Mouse? It would have to be. I don't. It would a rear naked choke. I would have to rear naked choke him unless my leg locks by that time is that good. Because I don't think Mighty Mouse is good with leg locks. I don't know. I don't know. So don't say I'm talking shit. I don't know. But I don't. But he's much. I think Mighty Mouse is like 5'3" or 5'4". Usually, the shorter the person gets, the harder it is to leg lock them. Like they're the dexterity, they're more dexterous with their legs. But so I'd have to take his back. But that's not an easy task though. Have y'all seen him move? I've seen him move. I was like, God damn, he moves really fucking good. He moves like a real black belt. Like a lot of these UFC dudes, they're not real black belts. Mighty Mouse is a real black belt. He's real, and he's very humble. Like the way Mighty Mouse, you want to know what makes Mighty Mouse dangerous to me? That's why you see me very hesitant about what I say. Is he acts just like me? He's very like open, open minded. That means that when you deal with someone like that, they're gonna bring something to the table that you just wasn't expecting. And I'm used to when I deal with people, they're not very creative. I haven't really had enough a sample size of people that were creative like me doing some crazy stuff that I just wasn't aware of. That's why I try my best to play a lot of chess, because in chess there's like chess is filled with a bunch of guys doing sneaky shit. So every time I lose in chess, I think about jujitsu. Like, what if someone did this? It just gives me ideas of like I was just playing chess before I got on. I was playing speed chess, and I learned a lesson. Every time I think I beat that guy, but every time like I get in a situation I learned a lesson. So like there was this particular guy, I knew what he was doing. I knew the opening. For those who don't know, openings are basically like when you first start, there's a whole science to like how you open up your the chessboard. So I'm during the opening, I saw the opening he was going for. It's like some one of them like shitty, annoying, tricky openings. But I was like, fuck it, I'm gonna let you put me in that situation and I'm gonna see where it goes. But I know what you're doing. So I let myself get into the situation and I was trying to work my way out, but I was having a fucking problem. And I was better than the guy, but I was just like, you know what? That lets me know you can never give no one a chance. Even if you know what they're doing, do not let them put you in that position because they might get you still, despite you being a better skill set than them. How many years have you done jiu-jitsu? I've been doing jiu-jitsu for like 5 years. I love pointing out that video of Mighty Mouse beating the 200 plus guy in jiu-jitsu. Now I see bodybuilders or big guys in general talking about big will when being big will win a fight. I butchered what you said. Yeah, size does matter. It it's the greatest factor in the fight when you see a guy's size. It's intimidating, but big people are only dangerous in the very beginning of the fight. They're at their most dangerous in like the first 2 minutes of the fight. That is when I'm terrified of big guys. They're at their strongest. They're not sweating. They're fresh. They can do whatever they want with you. You have to weather that storm. But then after like 3 minutes to like 3 to 5 minutes, it's on. It's on and popping. Now they're getting weaker. They're getting slower. They're not doing things. You can catch them and stuff. Oh yeah. No, I can't spell to save my life, bro. You good? Nah, you good. I be reading people's shit wrong. Do you think anyone can beat Islam Makhachev if you follow the UFC? Yeah, I think right now, no. No, I think Ilya Taporia might be the closest that could do it, but I don't see. There's nobody. That's the problem that the UFC is facing right now. They don't have name brand fighters. They're losing too. They I think they're moving too fast. They need to have like a year round Dana White's contender series or something. Like they need to be getting more people on their roster and pushing this stuff a lot more. Like maybe like one championship, for example. One championship is doing it correctly. Every single Friday, one championship is having a Friday fight. They're getting new people, getting them bonuses, all this stuff every Friday. They're getting new people on their roster every single like every day, trying, and it's like a surplus of fighters. They have like two jiu-jitsu or MMA matches. Let's have a little, feed the crowd a little bit. But then we're gonna have our Muay Thai fighters stand and bang, put them on the main card. Boom. Like UFC needs to do something like that. I don't think Armand has a chance at all. Fuck no, I'm sorry. I don't think he has a chance at all. I don't think he has a rat's chance in hell. I do want to see that fight though. I do want to. I would love to be proven wrong, because with with Islam Makhachev, I want to see him tested. I love seeing Islam tested. I'm so, like, there's some people like Alex Pereira. If Alex Pereira goes against Magomed and Goliath and lose, I just like seeing Alex Pereira compete. Islam Makhachev, I like seeing him tested because he's such a troll. He's funny. He's game. He thrives in chaos, and I just love seeing like how this man turns it on when he's being just tested. I think the person who tested him the most was Volkanovski. Did they fight twice? Did Islam and Volkanovski fight twice? I cannot remember. But Volkanovski, that fight that I saw, the first one, oh, they did fight twice. And then Islam knocked out Volkanovski in the second one, right? It's been a minute. But their first encounter, Volkanovski had Islam looking up at the clock. He was like that was the first time I seen Islam like terrified. But then Islam, yeah, you're right. Islam did handle Volkanovski. I think maybe Islam actually underestimated Volkanovski, but that was like the last person who really gave Islam problems. Um, the reason why I don't think Taporia will do what Volkanovski did was I Volkanovski has some decent ground game, and Volkanovski is a heavier dude than Taporia, so it was much more of a battle. And I just think like Islam learned a very powerful lesson dealing with Volkanovski in that match. Like he learned. I think Islam underestimated Volkanovski. I really think he did in that first match, and then he took him serious afterwards. What has been your most common injury in jiu-jitsu, and how often did you injure your opponent? Shoulder injury, knee injury. Those are like the worst injuries ever. Especially that shoulder. It's been putting me out. I can't even compete right now. I don't injure people though. I think there was this one guy in the gym. I don't know why, but every time I go with him, I bust his nose. So me and him just like we have came to a gentleman's agreement. Like, yeah, bro, I don't know, bro. We just shake each other's hand. We just look at each other. I tell him I understand why you avoid me. I don't know why. Like I would do some flip, and every single time my body lands directly on his nose. I would move or I'll turn away. Maybe I'll accidentally like I'll be like doing like a smash pass. He'll try to like get away, and my hip would hit his nose. It's one guy. There's just one guy. I keep busting his nose, so me and him don't roll anymore. Um, I feel so bad because I never injured nobody, but yeah, so weird. Did you see Marab versus Nurmagomedov last weekend? I didn't. I saw the highlights, and it was pretty interesting. I wish I saw that live because I didn't think much about that. Once Islam wasn't fighting Arman, I just Saryuskin. Finally, I said that motherfucker's name correctly. Saryuskin Arman. Saryuskin. I think it whatever. But yeah, like when that fight got canceled, I just didn't want to watch. So then I saw the highlights to that match, and I was just like, ah, oh, you missed such a like a visually grappling, pleasing, educational fight. What do you think the best wrestling style is? For what? Like just best wrestling style? John Jones retires. Go train with him too. John Jones knows who I am, or he knows of me. He knows of me. I, he probably don't. He might do a Conor McGregor. Who the fuck is that guy? I do know 100% Anderson Silva knows who I am. So when people say I look like Anderson Silva, I do laugh about that because Anderson Silva loves my videos. Yeah, Anderson Silva loves my videos. He's like a little. He follows me on Instagram. He's like a fan of me. So great. He's like so cool. I'm like ah. uh, Marab's gas tank is insane. Yep. I wonder what he does for his cardio. I was just talking about that like a few hours ago. Not hours ago, but like however minutes ago. Yeah. I think Marab just trains hard. I don't think it's nothing special going on with that man. I think that man just trains hard. You said no, he doesn't for MMA. Doubt. Best wrestling for MMA, and you said no, he doesn't. No one who I missed where you was going with that. You said doubt. What are you talking about? For MMA, what's the best wrestling for MMA? I think any wrestling. To be honest, I think any wrestling. That's lifetime of grappling. I think any wrestling. To be honest, every one of them has something that gives to you. What's the best way to better cardio for jiu-jitsu is running? I think you need to yes, you can run sprints, running, jump rope, but the best is being on the mat and going against people that tire you out. You don't ever plan to transition into MMA? Not right now. I need a team. I know there's a gym called Uprise MMA. They've been waiting for me to come, but I every time I'm about to go to Uprise, I get injured. They probably think I don't like them. That's the funny part, but I just keep getting injured before I go there. So I'm letting my shoulder heal. I think I'm like I might be 3 weeks in for my shoulder since the last dislocation. So I gotta wait definitely probably like 6 months. I wanted to do an MMA fight before June. I wanted to do an MMA fight before June, but I gotta let my body heal. I think this coming up week I'm gonna. That's actually why I was gonna end the stream a little bit early because I wanted to go work out and start working on my shoulder. It's a marathon, not a sprint. Yeah, no, yeah. No, that's true. It's a no, that's true. That is so true. You gotta take your time. What's good? You're a local Nazi. Yeah, no, that's true. I believe that you need to take your time and you need to understand. Well, instead of saying that, I always say walk down the hill. You gotta walk down the hill and fuck all the cows. Don't run down the hill and fuck some cows. Walk down the hill to fuck all the cows. Do you think you could be Dylan Dennis in Jiu Jitsu? Probably. I think so. I think so. He's good. I know he's such a meme at this point. I think I could. I think I could. What else? I would have to train for him though. You can't take no one. You can't. I want to compete more in purple belt though. I haven't really. Since I turned purple belt, I haven't had one purple belt competition, and I was supposed to. If I wasn't injured, I would have had a competition this January, like I think 2 weeks ago or a week ago. I would have did my first purple belt competition, and I felt like I could have won that. I was getting prepared for that. I felt like I could have won that, but I'm glad I dislocated my shoulder before that because it showed me that I need to prepare a little bit better, properly, and let my body heal a little bit better. You said, well, there's a window, as we all know here, for competing at that level. Yeah. Did you wrestle growing up? No, I did football. I did. I was uh Mighty Mouse talks about how you need to be like he believes being an all around athlete is better than training to be an MMA fighter. I was an all around athlete growing up. I played like street ball growing up on the street. I played soccer, like always played soccer. I did track. Then I got to high school. No, I even played tennis. I got to high school, did football for all 4 years of high school, did track as well. Then I did karate. Then like you see, so I've done multiple things, and then if I could do it all over again, I would still take karate. I would have gotten to jiu-jitsu a lot sooner. I wish I did high school wrestling. Everyone says that I wish I did high school wrestling. Because my wrestling team actually won state. They won state. So imagine did, if I was a part of that wrestling team now and how crazy. But I don't know if my skill set would be the same, but because a lot of the crazy thing is we sometimes sit and wish we were able to do X, Y, and Z, but my skill set is here because I originally sucked in jujitsu. Like I fucking sucked. I wasn't good. I kept going to competitions at white belts and I lost all. I've never won a white belt competition. Never. It's just that I was so frustrated. I was like, no, I want to be good. So I started studying jujitsu, and suddenly I just started getting good. So if I was good off the bat, I don't know. Well, I don't know if I'll be the same person. That's what I'm saying. I don't know if I'll be the same person I am. It was me losing that made me who I am today. There are outliers like Bernard Hopkins who compete at a high level well past their prime. Yes, even DC Daniel Cormier, him too. Here wishing you was along. Thank you. Yeah, appreciate you, Ghost. Yep. So, you know, it's all mentality. I tell people that all the time, man. It's all mentality. It's all mentality. Your mentality is so key. I'm telling you guys. You gotta understand it's mentality, bro. Your mentality is what's gonna take you. Preparation, mentality, having a good, caring people around you, surrounding yourself with actual good people instead of because you can go to the best MMA gym or the best facility of whatever occupation you're doing, but if the environment is shitty, you won't thrive. Or you can go to a hole in the wall, but everyone makes you laugh every day, and you'll be probably like the greatest of all time in whatever you want to do. Do you believe in tapping out or going to sleep? No, I'm tapping. Fuck that. I'm tapping. I'm tapping. I don't think I was the only submission that I got caught in, like chokes, were triangles. It was one guy who was sandbagging like a motherfucker when I first started. He trapped me in a triangle, and that's when I learned how to get out of triangles. And then I was in the absolute division, and this dude mounted triangle me. It was like the last 10 seconds too. I was like, fuck. But yeah, nah, I tapped. Fuck that. You will not catch me laid out. Like, fuck that. I'm a tap because I just know I have haters. I have real life haters that will like literally like record me. Fuck that. Bernard Hopkins' approach is what even LeBron James, his approach is why he has such a long career. Tom Brady, you gotta pay attention to these guys. It's all about mentality. Yeah, mentality is everything. What do you think about Dustin Poirier's guillotine? I think he should keep trying it. I think it's a meme. I think he will get that if he keeps trying it. I think if Dustin Poirier is winning a fight, fuck it, go for the guillotine. Or he needs to start studying like guillotine. He needs to start studying guillotine instructionals because there's no reason why you're that far up in the level and you're almost losing your fights because your guillotine is trash. If I was Dustin Poirier, I would make a series of me going around like the country or something, going to different jiu-jitsu black belts, learning the guillotine. He could make buku bank off that shit. Like going around trying to perfect the guillotine. You know how crazy that would be? Like trying to perfect the guillotine. Roll with the punches. Yeah, you're right, Ghost. Um, what's your top 3 favorite submissions? Rear naked choke. It used to be triangle choke at number 1. My problem with triangle chokes though is that if you have someone that's tiny, right? It's really difficult to submit them with the triangle choke. You have to grab their ass, take their back, and choke them out. So rear naked chokes is starting to become one of my favorite. I think like the next competition that I do, you will see me rear naked choke someone because that's one thing I've been studying on. And it's one of those submissions that you can't avoid. Like triangle chokes are my favorite. It's the way it's probably gonna look. I think it's gonna go rear naked choke. It's probably gonna go guillotines, triangle chokes, arm bars, leg locks, then Kimuras. It's probably gonna go something like that. I'm not sure, but right now it's starting to become rear naked chokes because even if you know, that's why I can comfortably tell you guys, confidently and comfortably tell you guys that I'm going for a rear naked choke. Even if you know they're gonna do it, you can't stop that shit. You can stop. You can get away from a triangle. You can't get away from a rear naked choke. So to do a rear naked choke, that means you dominated that person to get to their back. Like you need to know jujitsu to get to someone's back. Triangle chokes is more of an opportunistic type of choke. It's great, love it. But you can spaz out, and if your triangle choke fails, your legs is dead. So, but yeah, right now, right now, rear naked chokes, triangle chokes, and I'd say leg locks right now. Of what, if you were dealing with me, what you would have to worry about right now. I'm Brazilian, never practiced wrestling. Do you think jiu-jitsu is more complex or not? More complex than wrestling? I think it's more dangerous. I think jiu-jitsu is way more dangerous than wrestling. Jiu-jitsu ends fights. Wrestling continues to fight. Let me see. I've been put to sleep before, but it was my fault. I was put in a triangle and he asked me if I was good. I said yes. And I actually was. I felt good. I could breathe fine. The next thing I was out. Yeah, nah, I pay attention. There has been a couple of times people got very close to putting me out, but I'll tap the moment I feel it. I'm like, nah, get the fuck off me. No, I don't. I don't do gi. I'm not a fan of gi. I do instead of gi, I do Muay Thai. That's how I feel. Instead of gi, I do Muay Thai instead. Instead of gi is Muay Thai. I do no gi, Muay Thai. So I like that better. I like grappling and striking. I believe that is the you have a jujitsu grappler and you have a jujitsu fighter. A jiu-jitsu grappler is a person that would do gi, no gi, judo, wrestling. That's what he does, right? And then he'll probably go do MMA and maybe learn some boxing here or there. A jiu-jitsu fighter is a person that would do no gi jiu-jitsu or gi jiu-jitsu. He picks one and then he goes get a striking art such as boxing, Muay Thai, karate. But I think Muay Thai is actually better because no-gi jiu-jitsu, especially modern day no-gi jiu-jitsu, is wrestling. It has wrestling in it. So no-gi, Muay Thai, put those together, that's a jiu-jitsu fighter. I think that's superior for self-defense and MMA. What does that look like? If you want to know, look at Charles Oliveira. He's a jiu-jitsu fighter. He's a jiu-jitsu fighter. That's what a jiu-jitsu fighter looks like. A jiu-jitsu grappler is like Brian Ortega. Brian Ortega is a jiu-jitsu grappler, not a fighter. He has some striking, and he's been working on his striking. But if you see how fast Oliveira has, it's a difference. It's a difference. How long have you been practicing jiu-jitsu? 5 years. Do you think you would be good in the gi? I would. I've put on the gi before, and I've went against black belts, and it's just the gi is just slower. That's it. And they have grips. I'm a blue belt in gi. I am a blue belt in gi. I'm not like I've done gi before. I started in the gi. That's why at first I used to say gi was a waste of time, but now my opinion has changed. I think doing gi and no gi at the same time. I think being a jiu-jitsu grappler is a waste of time. I think being a jiu-jitsu fighter is much more superior. You are a complete person. So you could do gi or you could do no gi, but go learn how to throw a punch. Training gi and no gi is a waste of time. At the same time, waste of time. You're missing out on head movement. You're missing out on footwork. You're missing out on body mechanics of how to throw a punch. You're missing out on so much glory that you get from striking by just doing grappling. I just feel like the gi does a good job at exposing when you're susceptible to punches. If they could grip your collar, they could punch you. I disagree because with no gi, you could grab bone. So if you can actually verifiably hold someone in no gi, that means you can verifiably punch someone by holding them in no gi. No gi's like I feel like gi gives a false sense of control because if, I remember when I first came up, people were saying like, "Oh, I don't like no gi because you can't control people." No, you can control people in no gi. You can. You just have to know your body positioning much better. But um I don't think training gi itself is a waste of time. If all you have is gi and you want to be a master in gi, I used to say you're wasting your time because in MMA there's no gi, you know? But if you practice gi and go strike, okay, it will translate, you know? Um where was I going with that? Oh, so like the difference to me now is like it's kind of like do you want cheese on your burger? If you go learn striking with your gi or no gi, the choice of gi or no gi is do you want cheese on your burger? That's how I see it now. And we could debate all day if cheese on your burger is good or not. I could be like, well, I think no cheese is way better. You're like, well, I like cheese. I'm like, no, fuck it, it's nasty. You know, it's kind of like that. But I do agree or believe that no gi is way better. I believe it's way better. But as long as you're doing some type of striking and learning how to shoot a gun, you're fine. You're fine. You'll be totally fine. You said very true. Thanks for entertaining my comment. Oh man, bro. If you give me a good comment, like you will steer the entire stream to that comment, and that was just a great comment. Oh, you remind me. Do you know Oliver of? I don't. Wait, Grandmaster Oliver of the. Nah, I don't. I don't. I didn't recognize. I didn't miss the. I have no mouth and I'm a screen topic right. We're saving. You actually did. You actually did miss that topic. We talked about that surprise. Like the moment the stream started, we kind of like. Usually I save it, but it just went into it. I actually brought you up. I was like, I feel like you would have liked it. We kind of like breezed over it, and then we started trolling. You know how we get. But I could actually use that as a segment tomorrow because I said tomorrow I'm gonna bring up I'm gonna actually bring like a script like I usually do. These past 3 days I've been going off the cuff, so I'm gonna bring in a script tomorrow and I'll just throw that in the script. That's what I plan on doing. How would practicing it translate to striking? Like how would practicing gi and or no gi translate to striking? Is that what you're asking? Because I got some shit to talk about with that one. Like people be like, "Well, it makes no sense. You need to become a perfect grappler." I'm like, "Fuck being a perfect grappler. Be a perfect fighter, bro." Like it baffles me how many jujitsu guys don't know how to actually. They don't know how to head movement. They don't know what's the difference between a slip and a bob. A slip is using your torso. A bob is using your legs. They don't know the difference between that. And jiu-jitsu guys are nerds. Jiu-jitsu guys are nerds. And you want to know what that means? That means they would be excellent strikers. That's what that means. How nerdy jiu-jitsu guys are, if they knew that the stand-up was just like that, they would be fucking terrifying to deal with. Why you keep appearing on my live, bro? Hey, did you for those who don't know, Spider Blue X, that's my little brother. Did you use the beat machine, man? Did you use that? Can I come get that? I was just about to call you. Did you use that beat machine? Cause I didn't come over today. I don't know if you're still in here, but you know, I didn't come over today. Let me see. Oh, okay, all right. You better, man. I gave him my one of my instruments, and I was about to come today and take that back. Nah, he's a fencer. He's like hey, Spider, don't say your real name and don't say how old I am. Don't say that, okay? But I can say how old you is. My little brother, he's 17. He's about to graduate. He does fencing. About to go to college for animations and stuff. He's the person like what I'm about to use for my videos and stuff. He's really good at animating, so I'm gonna go over. I gave him my beat machine so he could learn music and I could teach him music and stuff. And I told him he could borrow that. But I was about to start doing like a new. I was about to bring a new concept to my channel, and I was gonna use that damn beat machine. But I'll just go over there and bother his ass and make the content there while he practices that shit. So whatever. I was told I must have been a cool nerd in school by a big. Yeah, I mean, that's the funny thing. Like, there's nothing wrong with being a nerd. That's the funny thing. There's nothing wrong with it. There's nothing wrong. I'm a nerd. There's nothing wrong with that shit. What's wrong is when you start like being ashamed of the shit. That's when it's wrong. I was inspired by your awesome rash guards and bought myself one I found online, but I look like a stuffed sausage. Got to hit the gym even harder now. Yeah, that's you know what? It's so funny you brought that up. That's what I plan on doing. So we got these live streams with discussions. I have my shorts. We're gonna have these shorts, right? With the highlights of me doing Muay Thai, Jiu-Jitsu, with the highlights from these lives. And then my videos. If you go look at my videos, I think the last time I posted was like 6 months ago. And I hate editing. I hate like trying to talk about jujitsu in those videos. So I'm gonna incorporate poetry, art, and music so I can start creating B-roll footage for you guys. Now the point of that is I want to eventually end up creating my own rash guards and stuff. That's what I want to do. I want to start creating rash guards, and where people could wear my rash guards. That's what I want to do. But I want to get my aesthetics up first. I do a lot of poetry. I do a lot of art. Do a lot of music. I want those up first. But I'm gonna make like a whole series on it. It's gonna be dope. It's gonna be dope. And my little brother, he has my damn beat machine. I was gonna take it from him, but he's making beats, so that makes me happy as a big brother. So instead, I'm gonna go over there and he little motherfucker, he can't draw, but I can draw. So I'm gonna draw and I'm gonna have him animate my little characters. That's what I'm gonna do. It's gonna be so dope. Just he's very talented with drawing. I mean, animating. And now I'm trying to get him into beat making. So it's gonna be some little cool brother time bonding or whatever. But I'm so loosey goosey with my life. Just information. I was inspired by practice gi and no gi jiu-jitsu. Every time I try to do Muay Thai, I end up getting injured. Do you have any advice for okay? That's funny that you say because I was just recently practicing Muay Thai and I injured my knee practicing Muay Thai. And somebody said it best. They said it was really interesting, which is so true. He was like, well, when you think about it, he said people usually get injured like, let's say if someone goes to jujitsu like a month, right? They'll probably get injured maybe or 6 months. They'll probably get injured six out of those 2 times 6 out of the months, right? But when you add Muay Thai on it, there's a whole different set of movements that you have to learn. So the same time, if you get injured just doing jujitsu, like potentially once a month, you can also get injured doing Muay Thai with that jujitsu. So that's like double injuries. I made no fucking sense the way I explained that, but basically you're more injury prone. You know, I just butchered my own highlight clip. I'm gonna put that in the next topic tomorrow, but because I want to re-talk about that. But basically, to answer your question, you are not used to the movements in Muay Thai. That's the problem. You need to drill more. You need to practice more and spar less. You need to spar less. You need to get your body drill more. That's the problem. That's your problem. I learned the hard way too, so it's okay. Yep. Because if you look at most people who, when they first start martial arts, they typically get injured quickly, right? So if you every time you do Muay Thai, that means you're not moving correctly. So you need to check the way you're moving. You need to drill more. Maybe you need to shadow box more. The same way you do jiu-jitsu. It's the same shit. But that is a unfortunate that is an unfortunate truth dealing with doing both Muay Thai and Jiu-Jitsu. That's an unfortunate truth for both of those. Yeah. So, how many hours has it been? If we have 60, and I know 90 minutes, isn't 90? No, 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 no. See, this is when Smitty gets stupid. No, 120 minutes. That's 2 hours. So 180 minutes would be 3 hours. Okay, so we're almost at 3 hours. I wanted 3 hours today, but I'm ready to get off now because the gym is calling me. But I'm gonna talk to you guys a little bit more. I know all it takes is for someone to ask one thought provoking question, and boom, I'm here for another 30 minutes. But yeah, I wanna hit that sauna before I hit the gym before I do what I'm gonna do tonight. I wanna hit that sauna. That's definitely something I wanna do before the week starts. I wanna hit the sauna, shave my head, so I don't have to shave my head before Muay Thai practice in the morning. I like doing that. I like doing that a lot. I like getting ready for the next week. That's kind of what I'm intrigued on doing right now. Um, any questions? Do you also read about? I didn't. I'm sorry. I looked at the. So that was you who said that. Um, I knew it was something else. Ro Roko's Basilisk. I read the. I looked at the. I have no mouth thing, but I must scream. Or I have no mouth. I forgot what the damn thing was called. I did look at that. That's why I mean, it's obvious I put the title of it because that was thought provoking. I was like, why did the AI attack five random people and not the people that created it? It just made no sense. But then I started thinking about it, and then yeah, it was really interesting. But I'm gonna look at that next. You might hear maybe tomorrow's scream is gonna be Rocco's Basilisk. You never know. My gym only trains gi and no gi. I do need to learn how to throw a punch, but I would feel so dumb walking into a gym and not. No, no, fuck it. It doesn't matter. They will accept you. That's the cool thing. If you go to a Muay Thai gym, they're incredibly nice people. Incredibly nice people. I prefer chokes. Chokes are better. If I but locks are much more threatening. So if I'm threatening someone, I always tell people I'm gonna break your shoulder because I know how that feels. So I'm like, I'm gonna break your shoulder. Like that's a lock. That's a joint break. So joint locks is much more useful as threats. But if you ask me, I think chokes are um, way way more. It just looks cleaner. Well, no, locks look more visually pleasing and dangerous and scary and spectacle, but chokes are like much more like it gives like like a little like chef to the. It's weird. It's weird, but I'd say chokes. I would say chokes. 100% chokes. If I as a giant killer, you need chokes. Locks is cool, but a choke is especially if you choke a giant. That shit. It's great. Rocco's Basilisk will explain why. Gotcha, Ghost. Okay, I'll check that out. How to use leg locks in MMA. Ooh, okay. This might be the last topic. Depends on how much I yap about this. This might be the last topic. You said like why don't people use K guard in single leg X or X guard or even inversion to 50-50 backsides, backside 50-50. Okay, it's because the when I was preparing for MMA, one thing that I learned is the positions. Like you have to become very, very in love with positional. Instead of submissions, it becomes the old position over submission thing. So you need to be very, very good at these positions. And most of the time, MMA fighters, they don't have enough time. That is a very niche game. It takes time to get really good at that. And there's so many other things that you have to be practicing for. You got wall work, you have, your striking, you have striking the takedowns, you have usually and most of the time, when you go down, you're trying to get back up because someone on top of you swinging is actually pretty terrifying. So that right there is such a niche thing that you would have to be practicing that on your free time. And then on top of that, a lot of people, like your coaches, like you also look like you're losing the fight doing that shit too. You look like you're losing. You're squirming around and shit. People don't understand leg locks. The judges definitely don't. So if you're going for that, you're also looking like you're losing, and you need to be really. You should have drilled that shit 1,000 times. It's there's too much risk. That's why you don't see it. It's too much risk, way too much risk, you know. But it's funny though. I do believe that if you plan on doing MMA and you're young, or you know, like, let's say you know you're gonna be doing MMA in like at least 3 or 4 years, right? You know you'll be doing MMA in 3 or 4 years. I would recommend you start doing that shit now, because um if you do get really good at that and you're known for, if they take you on the ground, you know, it's so terrifying. Like, kind of like Ryan Hall. Like if you deal with Ryan Hall, you know he's just gonna go for leg locks. That's actually a prime example. Ryan Hall got so good at leg locks. That's all he had. That's all he had. So, like, it's very niche. It's a niche style. Very, very niche. Greetings from Bootyville, Georgia. That says Bootyville, right? uh, Also, there was a good analyst in the story. Got you. Okay, Ghost. Got you. Nine shrooms and pondered the story. It was rough. I agree. Personally, like wrestling and top pressure, but if you end up on your back, it okay. But well, this is. I was just talking. So let me back away from the camera. Oh, not camera, the microphone. Yeah, I'm 17. I want to do MMA in a few years. What type of leg lock drill should I do? You need to be good at all leg locks. You need to be good at all leg locks. I was just talking about of how to. If someone asked me like, how would I? Because like if I was to go in the UFC, I'd fight in 135. They asked me how would I beat Marab. I said I would have to prepare for Marab right now. I would have to assume that he's going to be champion when I get in there, because which would be like what, 3 or 4 years from now. Um, so leg locks, in my opinion, is good if you know you're going to be taken down. Like if I was going to be dealing with Habib Nurmagomedov, you know you're going to get taken down. So go forward. Go forward. Fight, like, go forward fighting them. Let them take you down. And leg locks need space too. You need to be in the middle of the canvas. So if you want to get good at leg locks, your striking needs to be really fucking good. You need to have really good striking. You should be really obsessed with getting your striking good while you practice all forms of leg locks. To be a good leg locker, you need to understand positional jiu-jitsu incredibly well. It's not just, oh, I'm going to be a good straight ankle locker, I'm going to be a good heel hooker. No, you need to know everything about closed guard. You need to know everything about half guard, open guard, supine guard. You need to know all of the positions, how it works. You need to be really good at that shit and be hitting that in competition. You see how, like, all this that I'm explaining, you see why MMA guys don't have time to do that shit? Yeah, you need to be good at that. Then you need to go forward, and when they take you down in the middle of the canvas, that's when your leg locks is going to work. And then on top of that, you can't just be good at leg locks. You need to be good at other submissions too. Because you should be, like, I'm a big component of misdirection, like going one way and going the other way. So if you're going for a triangle choke, usually people pull away. Now you can go for your leg locks. If you're good at arm bars, people pull away. Now you can go for leg locks. So you need to be good at striking in such a way that you can go forward. You need to be your striking is going to be the crux of everything, where you can go forward without fear. And you need to be good at competitive sports jiu-jitsu and understand the ground, the bottom, in such an intricate way that when someone takes you down, you are not afraid. Like, all your submissions come from being off your back. That's really hard to develop. But you said you're 17. You could do it, but that's how you do it. That's how you do it. The Ryan Hall versus Taporia fight, exactly. If Ryan Hall had some type of striking, he could have, because that's when you become known for being really good at really good at leg locks, people are not going to want to take you down. They're going to stay standing. So you need to be able to stay standing too. I believe jiu-jitsu guys do not need to learn how to throw punches. No, no, no. Ooh, I'm sorry. I don't believe jiu-jitsu guys need to learn wrestling as important as they think they do. I think they need to learn how to beat someone's ass standing. If you do that, you will make someone come at you and try to take you down. If you could verifiably stand toe to toe with someone and you know what's going on, like you have practiced your striking really well, and you force them to take you down, your jiu-jitsu will work like magic. Ryan Hall did not have at least some decent striking to get close enough to Taporia to go into his leg locks. So you that's what you gotta do. You need to get your sports jiu-jitsu up. You need to be really good at sports jiu-jitsu. And you need to be in the core of this MMA style is going to be how good your striking is, because you're going to have to go forward. If you're on the gate, you will not be able to do your leg locks. You're gonna get trapped. You're gonna get beat up, and you're gonna get embarrassed. Who are your role models in jiu-jitsu or MMA? Ooh. I like Charles Oliveira. He was like my first legit favorite MMA star. That run he had was just inspired the hell out of me. But I love Islam Makhachev. Jiu-jitsu, no. Well, I surprisingly I love John Danaher. Anything John Danaher puts out, I'm listening. I love John Danaher. I have all his videos. I love Gordon Ryan too. I love Gordon Ryan. I just hate that, I wish he was a little bit more like I wish he had a little more charisma. I wish he had a little more game to him. But um, yeah. Let me see. Yeah, I agree. Like I feel like leg locks should be last priority. I don't think it's the last priority. It could be the center of your game piece. I just think that you need to have a lot more tools. Like it's kind of like if somebody attacks you and you pull out a gun. That gun is powerful, but it shouldn't be the first thing that you're going for. You get what I'm saying? Like that's what leg lock should be for you. It's the gun. So if you go forward and you start beating someone up and they take you down, you're not. Your game is not trying to stand back up. You're immediately twirling under them doing stuff. Go watch. The person who showed what it kind of could look like was Charles Oliveira versus Kevin Lee. Go look up that fight. Kevin Lee was known as a monstrous wrestler at that time, and Charles Oliveira, he didn't quite. I could tell Charles was kind of playing with that new game, but Kevin Lee was more focused on not getting swept because Charles was like doing all that. That was the fight that made me realize it's not that leg locks don't work. It's just that you need to understand the positions to make it work. Kevin Lee was battling Charles Oliveira's positional skills, not the leg lock attempts. It was chef's kiss. It was one of the greatest. I think that's like the greatest blueprint of a fight for anybody that wants to do leg locks. Charles Oliveira versus Kevin Lee. Go look it up. One more question. I always wonder why butterfly guard is never used in MMA too. Yeah, well, I mean, it's because you fall into these positions. That's what I'm telling you. You need to be good at all the positions on the ground. You need to know all of them. Half guard, close guard, open guard, supine, butterfly. You gotta know. You fall into this. You can't just like be on. You can't just go on the ground and think you're gonna be able. It's much faster than you think it is. It's chaotic as shit. They're throwing punches at you and you're just moving like. So whatever position you fall into, your whole game should immediately activate on. Because if you become known as the guy, the submission guy that's dangerous on the ground, they're gonna be fucking running away the entire time. You know. So, because the way we do jujitsu, we're taught to stand back up and use turtle like an MMA. Other times I don't regret it because I know. Okay, okay, all right. Yeah, that was a good question. I've been meaning to talk about leg locks in MMA. I just think I think jujitsu has an identity crisis. I think jujitsu wants to be seen as dangerous as wrestlers, or they want to be like they want the aura of the strikers, and it's just like, bro, we if we just look at the way people actually see us when we are in our prime motion, like we're very terrifying to watch. I remember like I was injured for like one time I was injured for like a couple of months where I wasn't doing anything. And I saw Mika Galval move and it that was terrifying to watch. But I do that all the time. But like if you don't know jujitsu or you don't train jujitsu, that shit looks scary. He was I think like someone was trying to stand up and Mika literally like just like folded and rotated around the guy's shoulder and did some crazy shit. Like I do that all the time, but I hadn't been training and I seen it and that was terrifying to watch. I was like, oh shit. It was like, yeah, he's a dangerous guy. And I was like, but he's not striking. So why are y'all trying to act like he's a fighting type of dude? He's just a good grappler. Not hating on Mika Galval, but like I'm just saying, like jiu-jitsu guys need to stop trying to be hard like the strikers, you know. And most strikers are very like chill and laid back people. So I don't know. Jiu-jitsu has an identity crisis. They have an identity crisis, but I think that's it. We have passed 3 hours. I didn't think I was gonna get past 3 hours. And my phone is not dying. My phone actually had to cut off last live, but yeah, I am about to turn this off. Goggins also helped me get through that story. Yeah, I'm about to. I need to because by the time I get to the gym, yeah, I need to get to that gym before I think it's gonna close early tonight. I need to go find out. Yeah. All right. Any last question? Any questions? One question. One question. Then I'm about to hop off because I need to get to this gym and get in that sauna. I need 20 minutes in my sauna, and I need to like get ready for tomorrow. I want to go to bed a little early tonight. I'll give you guys. Let me see. Yeah, yeah. One last question. One last question. One last question. You guys, I hate like silence like this. When I get silent, I hate that. All right, I'm off. Let me see. Did that story distress you? No. It was actually really interesting. I actually liked it, so I'm gonna go look at Roko's Basilisk next. And it's good to see you, Ghost. That's it. I'm gonna try to come on tomorrow. Probably at night. It won't be no 3 hour stream. Probably be an hour. I could definitely tell you guys that. You know, usually Mondays I'm really tired, so I'll be on, and we'll probably have to talk about that again. I'll come with a script tomorrow, and we're gonna go back to our regular scripts, and I'll be on. I don't know a time. Don't hold me to a time. Maybe it'll probably be 8 o'clock, 9 o'clock, 10 o'clock around that time. I won't. If it's 12 o'clock, I'm not getting on. All right, you guys take care. Yes, be safe. Be safe, Ghost.